is morning in Evening Shade, and this is the old hardware store of Mr. Arb Newton, a man who refused to use gimmicks or to sell plastic stuff that tears up the next day. Instead, he sold wheelbarrows and hammers and garden gloves, things that people really need. In a world of whiny, neurotic, self-indulgent people, Mr. Arb shone like a booster rocket. Lots of folks around here still miss him, but this week, the 30th anniversary of his death, he will be mostly and quietly remembered by one person, and that person is his son.
Dad, would you listen to this? Dad.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey, what is it?
He's supposed to make up a fable that has a moral to it.
A fable? Isn't he a little young for a fable?
He's gifted.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
There's a boy named Will. His mother bought him some pants up pennies. He went to recess, he tore the pants up, and he got in trouble.
What's the lesson?
Don't buy pants up pennies.
Sounds good to me. Want to go help your brother bring that stuff over here?
Dad,
Uh-huh.
would you buy me a bra?
Oh, honey, you're just a little girl. I don't want you to wear a bra yet. You know that little undershirt you wear? I'd like you to wear that the rest of your life.
Daddy.
Sorry, Dad, they're out of sweetener. You want me to go next door to Stop and Go?
No, I'll just have it black.
All right, well, this is mine.
I had the Kiss Sunrise sandwich.
I knew it. It's a dinosaur. I've already got a dinosaur.
I gotta ring the clothes.
That's what I wanted. How come I couldn't add that box?
Because that's the way life is. Sometimes you get the wrong box, you know? You got to be a good sport about it.
When's Mom supposed to debate on the radio?
7:30.
Hey, Dad, you know what I was thinking about?
No, what?
Well, what if Mom gets elected prosecuting attorney and, say, after I get my driver's license, I get arrested for something? Would Mom prosecute her own son?
Yes, she would. Your mother has a very high sense of morality, and she would never show favoritism. As a matter of fact, once she's elected, if any of you do anything wrong, you'll all go to prison.
Mr. Evans?
Yes?
I'm Fontana Beausoleil, the striptease artist.
Oh, sure. I'm familiar with her work. But not personally, but I've heard about it.
Well, I want to thank you for that wonderful editorial you wrote criticizing government interference in the arts.
Thank you. I try.
You succeed.
Your change, Mr. Evans.
Oh, thank you. Well, what are you all doing here? Your toaster blow up?
Reading out because Mom had to go debate Jim Guy Puckett on the radio.
Is that this morning? I thought it was tomorrow.
You enjoy the kiddie breakfast?
Yes, I do. Just the right portion.
Grandpa, what prize did you get in yours?
I got a ring that glows.
Can I have it?
Nope. I'm keeping it for myself.
Who is doing all that honking?
That is my sister, also known as your mother's Aunt Frida. We're on our way to a board meeting at the newspaper. She insisted on going through the drive-through window. I come in here because I don't like to eat in the car. She's staying out there because she doesn't like to eat in here.
Hey, here it is.
We're talking this morning with Evening Shade prosecuting attorney Jim Guy Puckett and his opponent in the upcoming general election, Mrs. Ava Newton.
If I can, Randy, I'd like to get back to the downtown parking meter situation.
Well, I think a far more pressing problem is our lack of a domestic violence unit.
Good shot.
May I take your order, please?
Wood Newton?
Excuse me?
Is my nephew Wood Newton in there?
Yes, he is.
I thought that was his car out here. What's he doing?
He's drinking coffee.
Well, anyway, I'd like one of those Egg McMuffin deals, and I'd like the egg to be real well done.
You know, some mornings that voice goes right through me. Now that I've heard it on a microphone.
Yep, somewhere there's a moose slapping on Aramis.
Listen, maybe the egg should be medium and the muffin toasted bread.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We don't Egg McMuffin here. That's McDonald's.
Well, where the hell am I?
You wonder why I don't drive through with her?
You're at Artie's.
Artie's? What have you got?
Man, the menu's right in front of you.
I don't have my reading glasses, and I just cannot believe you don't have that McMuffin thing. I mean, what do I have to do? Go out on the interstate?
Yes, ma'am. That's where McDonald's is.
Well, that's ridiculous. Do you have cafe au lait?
No, we don't.
Well, then just give me a damn paper cup and tell my brother to get out of this car right now. We are never coming here again.
Okie doke.
It's kind of embarrassing, isn't it?
And I would certainly support immediate warrants in those cases and not a 24-hour cooling off period. Excuse me, but I'm not feeling very well, Randy. Do you think we could go to commercial?
Sure thing, Ava. Or are you all right? Just hang on.
So that's what your lab tests say. These things sometimes happen during pregnancy. And just to make sure that you have no early preeclampsia, I'd like to keep you here 3 or 4 days.
3 or 4 days? Harlan, I've got a campaign to run. Besides, I can be quiet at home.
Now, we got to monitor this medicine. It's got some side effects, mainly nausea and fever.
I know you're upset, honey, but we better go along with him.
Well, I can't just stay in bed. I've got all these leaflets to give out. I'm supposed to be at the mall tonight, and at Smiley's compost plant at 6 in the morning.
We'll hand out the leaflets for you.
That's right. I'll take some to the mall. I was going out there anyway to return some midget pantyhose.
I guess that leaves me with the compost.
I'm just going to tell you one thing, Wood Newton. Don't you do like you did that time Ava came up here, her toe was getting operated on, and you tried to sneak right into bed with her.
I don't know where you come up with these incredibly bizarre stories.
Say, I know that Merlene will be glad to have your kids, so why don't you bring them on out to Tara?
Oh, please. If they want to visit Disney World, let them go to Orlando.
Flamingos and ostriches, those kids will go wild.
And anyway, you and Merlene have gone nuts out there in that plantation of yours. It's like Scarlet O'Hara's Wild Kingdom.
Rita, I want you to be quiet. It's bad enough I have to listen to you yakking on the intercom at Artie's. Anyway, I've got a solution to this whole thing. I think your mother ought to keep Molly. Taylor can stay with me, and you can keep Will.
No,
don't
you
you
want to
get
get
Tara?
those
Get the gauge ball.
Wait a minute! I have something to say about this.
You didn't eat anything this morning, did you?
No.
Is that hypoglycemia kicking in?
You need to go out to that snack machine, get you some cheese.
All right, I'll have some cheese, but we want our kids to stay in our house with me.
Well, I guess that leaves me no other choice.
What does that mean?
I'll have to move in with you.
Man, I can't believe all the food people keep bringing here. We're going to have to buy another refrigerator.
Ew, what is that stuff?
That is the Donna Bader's banana pudding. Her husband used to be your granddaddy's yard man. Oh, I drove by their house the other day. Well, he had this big old sign out in the front yard, live bait, B-A-T-E. It just makes me crazy. You know, it's stuff like that that makes everybody think we're stupid. You know, when Ava becomes prosecuting attorney, there ought to be a law. If you can't spell bait, you can't sell it.
Okay.
Hey, Aunt Frida, do you know that word?
It's heureuse, as in, je suis très heureuse. I am very happy.
Elise.
Well, that's good. Oh, I certainly hope you're going to have a better French accent than Billy Faye Whiteley. Oh, I will never forget. In foreign language 1, how Miss Teeter used to try and get him to say his name in French. Je m'appelle Jimmy Faye Whiteley, but he would always pronounce it Jim's Apple, Billy Faye Whiteley. That is the kind of thing that drives me crazy. It's just like when the local radio announcers try to pronounce the names of the perfume down on sale at Fauch's. I mean, it's never Jean Natty. It's always Get Your Jean Natty. Lord, I hope and pray they don't ever have a sale on Annis Annis.
More coffee, Frida?
Now, I'm having my cafe mocha with mint.
You know, I was just thinking, you've been here for 3 days, and Ava gets back tomorrow. Everything seems to be in order. And by the way, you've done a wonderful job.
Thank you.
But maybe you'd like to go home now and unwind, so to speak.
Can't. I have to take the laundry over to Althea Roberts and get her to do it today. You know, she does all the washing and ironing except when her arthritis gets her down.
No, you don't have to, because Merlene picked up the laundry.
You kidding? I didn't see her do that.
Well, she threw it in her big pink Cadillac, you know, the Eldorado, and she took off with it. If you see her, maybe you could have her come back, because I don't have any underwear.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you, Thursday is her date to go to the dog races in Memphis. I wouldn't be surprised if your underwear's there right now. You know what? I read in a magazine the other day, Faye Dunaway goes to a psychiatrist every day of her natural life. Now, I think that's neurotic.
What's neurotic?
It's neurotic, darling. Enunciation is everything. I once knew a man named Jackstrap.
You don't?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you're going to have to shut up. Because if you don't, I'm going to rip this cord off the toaster and strangle you.
Daddy?
Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll have some more cheese.
Dad's just kidding, Aunt Frida.
Oh, John, I don't pay any attention to him. Your daddy wouldn't have the nerve to kill me because I'd come back and haunt him. You know what I would come back as? A big old dumb football player who's always running the wrong way. That's what I'm gonna be in my next life, and then I'm gonna try out for your team, and you're not gonna know which one is really me.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, hi. How you feeling?
I'm okay.
Wood, is this peignoir you bought me for Valentine's Day the best you could find in my pajama drawer?
Well, I like it. I like you in red. What's wrong with it?
Nothing. I'm just afraid the nurses are going to think I have another business on the side.
I miss you.
I miss you, too. I know you can't say anything, but I'm sure by now Frida's driving you crazy, right? If she is, just say something like, I haven't seen Brownie today. He must be under the porch.
I haven't seen Brownie today. He must have thrown himself on a high-voltage fence.
That bad, huh?
You ought to get some rest.
Okay.
I love you, kid.
I love you, too.
Bye.
Good morning.
Morning.
Just came by to make sure you're all still standing. I didn't see any smoke signals during the night.
Oh, I was up. I watched that movie, The Two Miss Grenvilles with Anne Margaret. Boy, she has stood up well. Oh, look at the time. If your daddy's not going in until 10, I'm going to have to take you to school. Come on, I'm just going to get my purse. Come on, guys.
I want her out of here. She's driving me insane. No wonder she went to the state hospital. She couldn't get away from herself.
Well, it's just one more day.
I can't take one more day. I can't listen to that voice for one more minute. I'd rather take a spike and drive it right through my crotch.
Don't tell me about her. I grew up with her. We were the first people in town to get an air conditioner just because it drowned out some of the noise.
It starts in the morning and it goes till we go to bed. She never stops. Look, I don't care why Secretary of State James Baker wears the same green tie every day. And I don't want to know who was the guest host on The Tonight Show last night. And I sure don't care about Lodi Hickman's brother, who went off and joined the revolution in South America and spent the whole time in a bar drinking beer all day long, so much so that when he came home, he looked like a big old pie wagon. I don't care.
You need to get a hold of yourself.
I know. I don't know who to turn to. I tell you, you know that in the South, when you say to somebody, you know, y'all spend the night tonight. We don't mean it. Nobody ever stays. But you can get right up in her face and say, I don't want you here anymore. She doesn't move.
I can see you're right on the edge here. Look, I have been her brother for over half a century, and I'm going to tell you something about her. You can't best her, you can't out-talk her, you can't outdo her. She's kind of like Frankenstein. She just keeps moving at you. Now, you just might as well give up.
Well, thank you for those inspirational words. Maybe you'd like to give a pep talk to my football team at halftime.
Grandpa, would you read my fable?
It's a fable that he has to have at school.
Read your fable. My grandpa's old yard man sold bait, but he spelled it wrong on the sign. No people bought any. Here's the lesson. If you can't spell bait, don't sell it. That's pretty good. I like that.
At least gifted. It takes after our side.
Listen, I just came by to tell you I won't be able to play poker here tonight.
You're kidding. Why not?
Well, it's a darndest thing. Your old friend Fontana Beausoleil called me up and asked me to dinner.
What for?
Well, I don't know, Frida. I guess she likes me.
Let me get this straight. You would rather go out on a date than play poker with Ponder and Harlan and I?
That's correct. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but you guys are really not quite as fascinating to me as you may have previously imagined.
Well, I think you should have as much fun in life as you can while you're here, because 30 years after you're gone, nobody will remember.
Let me tell you, you don't have to worry about your game. Once again, the fates have smiled on you.
Why is that?
I play poker. But I tell you, I don't see why everybody's so all fired hepped up about the Japanese. I didn't think that Infinity car out of theirs is so hot. All you heard for weeks was, ooh, it's coming soon. It's like a leaf in the breeze, like a pebble in the pond. Hell, I thought some new feminine hygiene product was coming to America.
Too bad Evan can't play tonight.
Okay, this is $30. Now bring us a couple of 6-packs and some corn chips, pork rinds, beef jerky, and a jar of macadamia nuts.
Boy, that's a lot to carry.
Well, no, you got that big old wagon there, and if you don't want to do it, then don't do it.
No, it's all right. I'll do it. As long as I can feel secure within myself that you're not exploiting me. Hey, you got that bone to really go.
What's that all about?
He's been watching Phil Donahue through the window down at Dick's appliance store.
You know, Ponder, I wish you hadn't brought Evan up. I, for one, cannot believe my own brother is right next door entertaining that low-rent, loose-legged roadhouse dancer, Fontana Beausoleil. But, you know, except for Ava's mama, he always has had the strangest taste in women. Oh, just like that Oral Faye Felder in high school. And it's always the ones whose parents are real religious. They don't let them wear any makeup. And at every dance, there she'd be in the backseat of another car, bouncing up and down like an oil well. But not a trace of makeup on her. I'm gonna go check on the kids.
She is whipping our butts.
Yeah, but the thing that gets me is she don't even know what she's doing. And we gotta stop this dealer's choice. I never heard of no Peaky around the world and spit on the king.
She's making it up.
Yeah, but she's winning. I say we just go back to 5-card stud.
You have your doctor's bag with you?
No, why?
Sodium pentothal. We could sedate her.
Why? She'd only keep talking on in her sleep.
This is your laundry, all pressed and folded.
Well, you didn't have to do that, Merlene. I do my own laundry once in a while.
Oh, now, I wanted to help out. Anyway, I just love to press things. You are going to think I'm crazy, but I even pressed the little flap on your boxer shorts. I hope that wasn't too personal.
I mean, for crying out loud, we're trying to have a game of cards here. You doesn't give a damn whether you press the flap on his boxer shorts.
Well, I am sorry, Harlan. I was just trying to be nice.
I know, honey cakes, but we're trying to play poker, and sometimes you just say things that are not pertinent.
Well, can you beat that? And this from a man whose main topic of dinner conversation for the last 40 years has been asking people if their meat's tender.
Where are my kids?
Well, Taylor's upstairs and the 2 little ones over next door spying on their granddaddy.
I don't want them to do that.
You just keep out of it. They're working for me now.
I think you ought to know that none of us is going to get excited about putting one card on our foreheads again.
Well, just ask you something. Is it true what they say about all black men?
Yeah.
Frida, there's something about you that's not right.
Frida, you're never gonna believe it. We peeked in the window, and then Grandpa and that lady were dancing real close, and she had on that ring that glowed.
Oh, my Lord, he's lost his mind. Well, whatever it is, we gonna have it annulled.
Ask you, Merlene.
You know, Wood, I think that you should let Molly have a bra. Even Barbie has a bra, and she's not even alive.
Hey, Dwayne. Well, hey, Coach. I got you some flowers. I'm sorry it's so late, but we're running behind tonight.
Where are they from?
They're from Ava.
Ava?
Oh, my gosh, Coach. I'm sorry. These are supposed to go to the cemetery. They're for your dad, Mr. Obb.
That's all right. I'll take them. Thank you.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry, Coach.
That's all right.
You have a nice evening, okay?
You too.
I've been so worried about you. Did you go to the cemetery?
You know, as the years go by, I realize more and more, no matter what my problem is, that you're the answer.
Don't forget to come and get me tomorrow.
Fat chance.
I love you.
Good night.
Good night.
Where's that music coming from?
My brother's house. That's the lovely Fontana's theme song. She's probably over there dancing for him. Where's Wood?
You talk so much, he probably went to bed.
What do you mean I talk too much?
Oh,
I
now
do
listen,
not talk too
you're
much.
talking right now. Look at that.
And so we're given another fable. There once was a boy named Wood who lost his father at 17. He grew up and married a beautiful girl with bright red hair. His daddy never saw all the touchdowns he made, but she did, and somehow it was almost as good. It's morning and evening shade, and Wood Newton has returned the old jukebox to its rightful place in the barbecue villa. Wood's wife, Ava, is still managing her part-time law practice and her campaign for prosecuting attorney in between bouts of morning sickness. The leaves are finally starting to change around here, but the football team hasn't. They remain 0-4 for the season, and now Wood Newton has to deal with a new kind of game, this one from his past.
My client has no problem with the extradition.
The bludgeoning with the hammer is fine. But we're a little confused about the missing thumb that was found in the freezer. Is that part of the indictment?
I'm surprised you're still here. I figured you'd be out and about with that camera crew from the Sports Network. Isn't today the day that they're going to film that story about you?
Yes, but I'm not going to be out and about with anybody. To tell you the truth, I'm kind of embarrassed about the whole thing.
Well, I can't imagine that it would be any more embarrassing than losing a football game before 5,000 people every Friday night.
Thank you. I never thought of it that way.
No. No, if he bit it off, that's a little different charge than if he cut it off.
Dad, would you ask Mom again about getting my music to float, float, soft little cloudlet?
No, you ask her. I'm afraid of her.
And when did you find this?
Where is that music coming from?
Taylor's record player.
I'm playing that one for days. The words keep bouncing around in my head. Even when I'm driving to work, you know?
Good morning.
Morning.
Those guys from the Sports Network here yet?
Not yet.
Are you nervous?
No. In order to be nervous, you have to have a functioning nervous system. You blew mine out with that music.
Oh, sorry.
All right, Henry. Thanks for your help.
You know, Dad, if I were you, I'd be real excited. Out of the Record Book's a pretty cool show. Now, who are the other guys you said they were doing profiles of?
Y. Tittle, Kyle Rote, Doak Walker.
Well, it's for sure nobody's ever going to do a show on me because I haven't scored a touchdown in 3 weeks.
Isn't that the one you lost 72-7?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's just what I needed. One more thing to do. Daddy, do you want some more coffee?
No, thank you, dear. Sounds like you meet some interesting people in your work.
They picked up this guy for speeding out on 167. Turns out he's wanted for murder in Texas. Also, I have interrogatories on the Bobby Lee Fetters case, and I have to make a tree costume for Will's school pageant.
And bake cookies.
They need cookies, too.
That's the only way they can hold their audience at those things. Otherwise, people would just get up and leave as soon as their own kid was finished.
Okay, make cookies.
Try to find float, float, soft little cloudlet.
Right, look for float, float.
And try to teach me a cartwheel. It's for a test in gym class.
Honey, I was never very good at cartwheels.
Of course not. Your father wouldn't spring for a teacher.
Your daddy's the pro athlete in the family. Why don't you ask him?
Would you, Dad?
Yeah. Later, okay? Taylor, you want to take Will and get him ready for school. Make sure he wears the right clothes today. Your mother was very disturbed yesterday. He went to school in his Donald Duck slippers.
Yeah, I know. The kindergarten has recess right outside my classroom. I could hear all the little kids squeezing his toes and making him quack.
I don't understand why you have to come over here. I thought we got enough film at the house.
Well, it's not going to hurt to show everybody where you hang out. I just want everybody to act natural.
You don't have to worry about that. These people are very laid back. They're not exactly impressed with me. You know, I haven't won a game in 2.5 years.
Well, right, and that's one of the angles I want to use. You know, how it feels to go from huge success to huge failure.
Good.
Hey, here's a man of the hour now. How you doing, you big made-up movie star? Hey, take a look at this. One's wearing rouge. I don't believe we've met. Dr. Harlan Eldridge. And this is the owner of this establishment, Mr. Ponder Blue.
Hi, Steve Hamilton. I'm doing a story on Wood for the Sports Network.
You don't have to tell us, boy. It's all over town. And you sure came to the right people. We've known Wood Newton all of his life, his entire history. His heartaches, his triumphs, his tragedies. And, of course, I got snapshots of it all.
That's great.
Evan Evans. So you're the, where are they now, fella?
No, actually, the name of the show is Out of the Record Book.
Ah, he knows that. This man here is the editor and publisher of our local newspaper, and also the father-in-law of Wood Newton.
Well, I'd certainly like to get you on camera.
I don't think Mr. Evans wants to be interviewed.
Well, sure, I wouldn't mind. I could tell him some stories. Like the time he married my daughter when she was only 18 and ruined my life. Of course, that might not be appropriate. I don't know.
This guy is such a kidder.
Extra, extra, get your afternoon paper, evening edition, late-breaking stories.
Hey, Nub, you want to do me a favor?
Okie doke.
Over to Hayes Music, pick up some sheet music for Molly.
Oh, sure. What's it called?
Float, float, soft little cloud.
Float, float, soft little cloudlet. That's my favorite. I'll just have them put it on your bill.
Did y'all see that? Here's one of the greatest ex-football players in America. And he still takes time out to buy his little girl a song about a cloudlet. I've been his close friend and his personal physician forever.
They don't want to know about past infections.
Oh, infection's my foot. I've got home movies of every high school football game this boy was ever in, including the state championship game against Jonesboro, where he earned the nickname Clutch Newton.
Colin, is that right? You got a movie of that play?
Well, to tell you the truth, I sort of forgotten I had it, but then I transferred all these old movies over to videotape. I just installed a new 35-inch TV and 14-function VCR up at Tara.
Tara is a little mobile home where Harlan lives. They don't want to see any high school football movies.
No. This might be real interesting background. What happened?
Well, now, Evening Shade was playing in the state championship game, and the first time ever. 4 seconds on the clock. We needed 1 touchdown to win, and then to make a long story short, our hero there reached up and snagged a desperation sideline pass, stepped over the goal line just as the finishing gun went off. Boom!
No kidding.
So folks around here started calling him Clutch Newton.
No, they didn't. You did.
That's right. And I'll tell you something else. Nothing Wood Newton ever did around here after that meant as much to the people in this town as that one play.
That's true. Nothing you've done since has meant very much to me either.
I'm serious. Now, if you want to see what made Wood Newton a hero in Evening Shade, you just come on up to Tar tonight. Take a look at that play.
Well, thank you very much. We'd love to.
Hell, I'll even invite you outside. You can photograph him in front of my pond. We recently imported a swan for it. It's gotten kind of sickly, but it's still floating.
I bought this poster of Tom Selleck before I even knew who he was. I was pushing my shopping cart through Walmart's, and I saw it, and I thought to myself, Merlene, that is the best-looking man I've ever seen in my life. And it was only $1, so I picked it up and sent it out to Baptist Bookstore and got it framed. And this is an American Indian. And, of course, you know Billy Graham.
You know, son, I'm so proud they're doing this program on you. It's high time people remember the contribution you've made to this town.
Thank you, Mother.
There's the door.
I agree with your mom, Wood. We support you 100%. And here's our chance to say so on national television. Evan, but what a nice look he gave you. Kind, warm-hearted. If I was you, I'd keep that look.
Thank you, Ponder. Well, now, I didn't know that you cared.
Look, everybody, here is Mrs. Wood Newton and the Wood Newton children.
Thanks. Sorry I'm late. I had to talk to my client from Texas.
Okay, I got that tape all queued up. That's what professionals say, isn't it?
What are we watching here?
The greatest moment in my life. Happened about 300 years ago. I must have missed it.
Okay, I think we're ready. Of course, I had to fast forward around 6 hours of Merlene straddling state lines. Every vacation we took for 20 years. There she was. Get a shot of me with 1 foot in Tennessee, 1 foot in Mississippi. Get a shot of me with 1 foot in Georgia, 1 foot in Alabama. Get a shot of me with...
It's educational. That way you know what state you're next to.
Oh, you did that with Disney World. Here, take a shot of me with 1 foot in Frontierland, 1 foot in Tomorrowland.
Harlan!
Okay. Now, can everybody see?
Yeah, it's good.
Go on.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Hey, that's right.
37.
And what do you think of that, kids? You ever think your dad was that young?
Nope. I can't believe it. Look what a baby you are. You look just like Taylor. Look at that little bottom and how you run.
Now take a look here where Wood jumps up for that pass. Look at that.
Hey, Daddy had some pretty good moves there.
Then you just come down right on the sideline and 2 steps and bingo. How about that? Now you fellas saw some football.
Harlan, could you Could you run that playback again in slow motion?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll use my super slow-mo. Probably take about 3 days to watch this.
All right, now pause it right there.
What?
When you came down,
Yeah?
you had 1 foot out of bounds.
What?
That's right, Wood. You're out of bounds.
Huh? Holy cow. This is awful. The best moment of your life, and it never happened. Now, I tell you, Coach, I mean, I ain't saying that I feel that way, but you know, there's some people that feel like this is the last straw. I mean, you know, it's one thing to lose every game this season, but to go back and start losing games from 30 years ago. Anyway, I just thought you ought to know there's some people that's pretty riled up about this thing.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Marion.
I thought Ava was joining you for lunch.
Oh, she's got morning sickness, which seems to last all day these days. Boy, I got to get home. I got to make a tree costume for Will. I'm going to bake some cookies, too.
How can you even think about cookies at a time like this? People are devastated.
Well, I don't see why. Honey, a lot of small-town legends turn out to be hollow at the core. Just like Fudd Redinger. You remember him, Ponder?
You mean the guy that caught the 90-pound catfish in the Chamber of Commerce fish derby?
Supposedly, except I happen to know that what he actually did was he went and he bought a catfish from an aquarium store in Little Rock, and then he fed it table scraps for a year. I mean, can you imagine anybody sinking so low just to win a stupid outboard motor and win a sweatshirt that says drink beer, have sex, and throw up?
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
You know, Mary's got a point. If Jonesboro asks for that pennant back, this could get real nasty, like the Civil War.
Say, Wood, thanks a lot for everything.
Oh, yeah, Steve. I'll see you around, huh?
Now, you have that Kathy Lee Gifford send me one of those pictures. Just have it say, Harlan, I love you. I want you.
Will do, Harlan.
You know, you go along doing stuff you think is going to be important. Something's going to mean something someday. It turns out that none of that stuff means as much as something you didn't even think much about.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I used to have chitlins on the menu here for years. Nobody bought them, so I took them off. Everybody pitched a fit. This kind of place, they said, you got to have chitlins. Finally, I had to put them back on.
Yeah, there's stupid plays exactly like that. I never knew that the state championship meant so much to the people in this town.
Well, I, for one, am tired of hearing about it. It's ridiculous. I mean, what difference does it make? What this man did on one night 30 years ago, obviously, is a much bigger deal to everybody else here than it was to him. Look what he's done since. I mean, I don't keep up that much with football, but it's my understanding that he was honorable mention All-American one year and All-American the next, Southwest Conference Most Valuable Player, runner-up for the Heisman Trophy, Rookie Quarterback of the Year in the NFL, still is fourth ever in completed passes in the NFL record books, and single-handedly won the Eastern Division playoff game by completing 6 passes with 1 minute and 53 seconds left on the clock, and with 10 seconds left and no timeouts, he scored the winning touchdown on a quarterback keep with a broken collarbone. And grown men wept. Now, I just think that that should count for something, in spite of the fact that he married my daughter and ruined my life.
Here, here. Thank you. I think we just got the ending to our story.
Hey, Coach. Too bad that movie took away your play. I never let myself be photographed. It's just a rule I have. Hey, hey, what you say, mules? Take that ball away. What you say, mules? Take that ball away.
Well, I think I'm going to try some of those chitlins.
Well, I don't actually have chitlins. I just put them on the menu.
Merlene, with Ava feeling so bad, I'll never be able to thank you enough. You know, I don't know what Evan and I would have done if we had to tackle that machine alone.
Oh, I'm thrilled to do it. I just love sewing. When Harlan and I were first married, and he was in the Army, I used to spend days making us these matching his and her outfits. I just thought they were the cutest things. We would wear them around the base and just got all sorts of comments. And then one time, we wore these matching plaid Bermuda shorts and tops to this real low-rent interracial jazz club. And that's where Harlan got beaten up. And so he asked me not to make them anymore.
I wouldn't pay much attention to that because, you know, plaid Bermuda shorts or not, I know lots of people that like to beat Harlan up.
It was not bad. Needs more chocolate chips.
Oh, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I like to take criticism from a man that has Baby Ruths for lunch.
You know, I can't understand making a kid as young as Will have such an elaborate getup just for some dinky little deal at school. I mean, what's wrong with a child just holding his arms out and saying he's a tree?
I never heard such bitching and moan over having to cut out just a few leaves. I mean, and by the way, did you look at these leaves? They're no good.
Well, horseradish, what do you know about leaves? You don't even keep your yard rake.
I cannot believe that you all are fighting like this after that beautiful speech that Harlan told me that you made about Wood today.
Oh, that was nothing.
Well, I bet Wood didn't think it was nothing, did she?
It was a nice speech.
Oh, come on, you can do better than that.
It was a very nice speech.
Well, look, don't knock yourself out.
All right, it was a hell of a nice speech. I'll never forget it. But you're a hell of a guy, in spite of the fact that I married your daughter and ruined your life.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's so sweet. Now I'm gonna have to make you all matching outfits.
Hey, not bad. I mean, for your first tree.
You want to show your mom?
Okay. Good night, Dad.
Good night, son.
Thanks for making the costume.
You're welcome.
Hey, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go to bed, I'd like to tell you something. I mean, about not really making that big play.
I know what you're going to say. What's done is done. It happened a long time ago. You're going to take a lot of kidding for it.
No, I don't care. That's what I wanted to tell you. I think it's great you were out of bounds.
You do?
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of pressure off of me. Since you're not a hero, nobody's gonna expect me to be one.
I'm glad you're pleased.
Yeah, I think it's great. In fact, when my birthday rolls around, you don't even have to buy me a present this year.
Oh, in that case, at Christmas time, I'm going to tell you about how I ran the wrong way for a touchdown in the Texas-Arkansas game.
You did? No kidding?
Scout's honor. You better hit the sack.
All right.
Good night, too.
Good night, Clutch. I love you, Dad.
I love you too, son.
I thought you hated this music.
Oh, it's starting to grow on me. I think I ought to go with the flow. Feeling better?
You know, the cutest little tree came in here a few minutes ago to kiss me goodnight.
Really?
Y'all did a great job. Sometimes I'm amazed at how often you still amaze me. What are you thinking about?
Nothing. Just how funny it is that 2 inches on either side of a white chalk line can stir up so much emotion in a town 30 years later.
Well, I don't know about 30 years ago. But today you were pretty impressive. You made a tree, baked cookies, you managed to find float, soft little cloudlet. To top it all off. Oh, you're very sexy.
Oh. This music's starting to grow on me. All right, we're closed for repairs.
Dad?
Oh, not to you, honey.
Well, you never taught me how to do a cartwheel.
Okay. Well, I've never really done a cartwheel. And that's what cheerleaders do. But I can stand on my hands, and that's practically the same thing. You just keep going, you know? It's relatively simple. Just watch me here. So you just go up on your hands and then. Oh.
Dad, I'm sorry.
Did you get that?
I think so.
Good, because I can't do it again.
They say that no man can be a hero in his own home. But it seems that that's where most of us have our best chance. And as for whatever happened to Clutch Newton, he's here, right where he belongs, in a place called Evening Shade.
Evening shade, edge of the glade. Not much to do, ain't we? Got it made. Cool porch swing and some lemonade. This is Arkansas at its best. An evening shade.
It's morning in Evening Shade, the start of Sadie Hawkins Week, where the senior football players are required, by time-honored tradition, to battle their coaches in a week-long war of practical jokes. Wood Newton loves any sort of competition, but when it comes to Sadie Hawkins Week, he is a man possessed.
Where's your brother? He's gonna be late.
He didn't like the way his hair turned out, so he's upstairs blow-drying it again.
Poor kid. He's so worried no one's gonna ask him to the Sadie Hawkins dance. It's so funny.
You may not think it's funny.
Coach Newton fired?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I knew this was going to happen. So what if you lost 30 games in a row? Who cares? Bud Wilkinson lost 30 games, and then he won 250, so you're coming back. I mean, just last week, remember? Remember the first game? 67-0. Last week, 40-14. I mean, what is their problem? You're gaining on them.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Look, it's Sadie Hawkins Week. This is the senior football players' feeble attempt to make me mad. And you fell for it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't fall for it. I was just playing along with you.
Oh.
Let me see. How do they do that?
It's a fake headline.
I know you love this. It wouldn't do me any good to ask you not to retaliate, huh?
Well, I know it's a little immature, but retaliation is part of the tradition.
What's a tradition?
It's where you do things because that's the way it's always been. Like in those old African tribes, when you turn 13, they stretch your lips out with this big old piece of wood. And then they make you drink cow spittle.
All right, Molly, that's enough.
I'll get it.
Are you absolutely positive this is a prank?
I'm positive. You know, I have a feeling that Lester Pruitt is behind this.
How do you know?
No, just a wild guess. This headline here, Lester Pruitt to marry Kim Bassinger.
Dad, Mr. Stiles wants to talk to you on the front porch. He says it's important.
Why don't you ask him in?
Oh, I did, but he won't come. He says he wants to talk to Dad outside, man to man.
Man to man. Well, I guess that works out all right. We both are one.
No, it's a joke.
Morning, Herman. What's the problem?
Deceit and treachery. The problem is somebody who I thought was a friend of mine stabbing me in the back.
Boy, that's a lot of problems for 7:15 in the morning.
I may not know that much about football. It's true, I thought a split T was some kind of French panty.
That's an honest mistake.
No, don't try to smooth it over. It's a fact. When it comes to football, I may be dumb as a box of hair, and you may have every right in the world to find yourself a new assistant. The least you could have done, though, was told me I was fired instead of this.
Oh. Well, I have some more bad news for you.
What?
Lester Pruitt didn't invite you to the wedding either.
What?
Yeah.
What the heck is going on out there?
Somebody forgot to turn the hot water on.
Payback time. I was thinking about loading up the jock straps with Ben Gay. Teach them to mess with us.
I think we can do better than that.
Well, hey, teach me. I'm new at all this. I mean, nobody ever asked me if I wanted to jam into a phone booth with 20 other people. Or light a sack full of dog doo-doo and put it on somebody's porch, make them stomp it out and get it all over their feet. I never was part of the in crowd. You probably did stuff like that all the time.
Well, I did things on a little higher plane than that.
Like what?
I was down in Florida, caught a barracuda, brought it back and put it in the municipal pool.
Stop it.
Some friends of mine, we rolled up the snowball. It got to be 400 pounds. Well, we froze it, took it up on top of this mountain outside of Fayetteville, pushed it off, took out an entire international house of pancakes.
Y'all played big, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. My wife doesn't understand. She thinks I'm immature.
Silly woman.
Well, I've got a reputation to live up to. Tell you something, Herman, this next one has got to be a classic, you know? It's got to be so big that we become immortal.
Like Sissy Spacek in Carrie.
Bigger.
I know how to make a bomb.
That could be too big. I like your spirit, though. I'll get back to you with the details.
No, wait, hold it. You ain't gonna tell me now? You got me all keyed up.
You're gonna be the first to know.
All right. Whatever it is, just remember, I'm with you all the way.
Herman.
What?
Just remember, don't let the seniors fool you.
You kidding? The day hadn't come when they can fool Herman style.
You know, with the Sadie Hawkins dance being at Grandpa's lodge and all, it's a shame I won't be going. I hate the Sadie Hawkins dance, waiting around for some girl to ask you out. It's stupid.
I'm sure all the other girls thought Jennifer was going to ask you, and that's why no one's called.
Hello? Just a second. It's for you, and it's a girl. It's your lucky day.
All right, I knew Jennifer would come through. Hey. Well, I checked my calendar, and you can take me to the dance if you want. Hey, take it easy. Jen? Who? Well, no, yeah, sure, I remember you. Oh, no, wait, no, don't hang up. Don't, hey! I can't believe it, she hung up.
Well, she's probably just excited. You know Jennifer.
Mom, it wasn't Jennifer.
Who was it?
I just made a date to the dance with Marge the Barge.
Who?
Marge Mayfield. Except everyone calls her Marge the Barge. I gotta call her back.
Wait a minute. Marion Mayfield's daughter? I never see her at dances.
She never goes.
So why is she going to this one?
Well, because at the Sadie Hawkins dance, they crowned Daisy May and Lil Abner, and she sort of got nominated to be Daisy May.
Mm-hmm. So in other words, a bunch of smart aleck boys decided to nominate a girl who's not that attractive, thereby totally humiliating her, huh?
Well, no, we just thought it'd be funny.
You're grounded for a week.
Hi, Mom, come on. What is it with this Marge person? I mean, it's like she's got some kind of hold over you.
Have you ever seen pictures of me when I was 12 or 13?
No.
Because I tore them all up. See, I had a cute little nickname then. I was Chubby Evans.
Come on, you used to be fat?
Yeah, I used to be fat. I mean, now I know it was puberty and losing my mom, but then I was just trying to fill up this empty place inside of me. Mostly with Twinkies.
I can't believe you used to be a porker.
It's true. But I was still the same sweet, wonderful, fantastic, intelligent person that you know today. Okay? My point is that you judge people by what's inside of them and not by how good they look in biker shorts.
Hello? Hey, Jen, how you doing? Well, you're inviting me? Well, hey, it's a little late, but you know, sure, I'd love to go. Oh, but, the truth is, I already have a date. Hello? Thanks for asking. Mom, please!
One of your class candidates needs an escort. She asked, and you accepted. As far as I'm concerned, that's the end of it.
Hi, Herman.
Good Lord, Coach, somebody could have snuck up on you with no trouble at all. During the Battle of Sadie Hawkins week, the most important thing is to stay alert.
Right.
Don't worry, though. I scouted out the area on my way over here. No sign of the enemy. Be careful, though. A lot of giggling going on in the locker room.
This thing is working out better than I thought. This could be the plan of the century. You remember Barbara Jean Moody?
Can't say that I do.
A student of mine last year. She's a freshman now over at Arkansas State.
Hold it. You didn't tell me this was going to involve co-eds.
I had Barbara Jean ask him to a party Saturday night at her sorority house.
I follow you.
Okay. There's two things a teenage boy cannot resist. One is an out-of-town party, and the other is an older woman. Is this beautiful or what?
I don't follow you anymore. They pull all these disgusting tricks on us, and we're going to send them to a party.
No. It's bait, Herman. Bait for the trap.
Oh.
You know. Now, Mac Taylor down at the bank, he gave me 2 security canisters.
Security canister?
Security canisters are what the bank tellers put in with the money if they're ever robbed. So when the bank robbers open it up, it explodes and bap, they get red dye all over them.
Now you're talking.
Now, Barbara Jean has asked him to a toga party.
A what?
The toga party.
Oh, yeah. You like in that movie Animal House.
Yeah. So she says there's a box of sheets over there, see? So they have to strip down. They strip down to their skivvies, they go over and they touch that box, and bam!
What happens?
Guess.
Security canisters explode.
Yes.
Covers them with indelible red dye from
Yes.
head to foot. They'll have to walk around the high school with the evidence of their defeat all over them.
Yes.
Everybody's going to know.
Everybody's going to know in the Battle of Sadie Hawkins week, Stiles and Newton rule.
It's devious. It's diabolical. It's us. Anything I can do to help you out?
No, I got things pretty well worked out. Going over to Jonesboro tomorrow and deliver those canisters. I'll probably do it after school tomorrow.
Wait a second. Don't you think you ought to go with you? Somebody's going to have to ride shotgun.
I can't think of anyone more appropriate.
Yes.
That is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
I know, and it's been here all day. Wood said that they'll haul it away as soon as the sheriff finds out who left it.
That shouldn't be too hard. I can tell you exactly by looking at it what the proud owner is like. He's a man whose favorite ensemble is bib overalls with no shirt. Oh, he drives a 20-year-old heap of a pickup, except he always has brand new mud flaps with silver outlines and naked women on them. Oh, he firmly believes that getting married to anybody more distant than a first cousin is betrayal of his kinfolk. So I'm gonna go make sure this doesn't get in the paper. Okay. Wood Newton, if I was Ava, you'd be sleeping in that thing tonight.
Rita, if you were Ava, I'd prefer sleeping in this thing tonight.
You know, maybe I'm losing my sense of humor, but I don't want an outhouse on our front porch. Between these juvenile stunts and Taylor's trying to get out of his date, I wish I'd never heard of Sadie Hawkins Week.
He went for the Oscar this morning. He said that the cafeteria food gave him stomach poisoning.
And what did you do?
I told him that Harlan had this stomach pump that would suck everything out of his system except the vital organs. Perked him right out.
Now what?
I tripped and fell down the stairs. I'm pretty sure it's not broken, but it's a pretty bad sprain.
Let me make something perfectly clear to you, son. You can go up on top of the roof right now and just fling yourself right off. You can land right here and break every bone in your body. You can land on a nest of 1,000 hornets. But you're going to that dance, pal, even if you go in a full body cast. Have you got it?
Why do you guys want to see me humiliated?
We don't. We just want to see you do what's right.
Well, sure, that's easy for you to say. I mean, you guys aren't the one that's going to be razzed.
Razzing helps you grow up.
Well, sure, when were you ever humiliated?
I'm humiliated every Friday night at the football stadium. Hi, Marion, how you doing?
Hi.
Howdy, Wood. Howdy, Miss Ava. Wood, I'd like to talk at your boy a minute, if I could.
Oh, sure. This is Taylor.
How you doing, Taylor?
Hi.
I'm Marion Mayfield, Margie's daddy. Now, son, I know that Margie has asked you to go to some kind of dance, and, well, I just dropped by here to tell you that if you ain't really gonna go, I'd appreciate you telling me now. Because, tell you the truth, that little old gal's had her feelings hurt a couple of times, and I've had just about as much of that as I can stand.
You mean,
I mean, if you gonna bail out, you just tell me now, and I'll go on back and tell her you got sick or something.
well, I was feeling kind of bad.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling better now.
Huh?
Of course, I don't have my license yet. But it's Sadie Hawkins, so Margie'd be taking me.
Does that mean you're going?
Yes, I'm going.
Well. Well. Then I guess I'll get on back and clean up the truck. You're a right smart fella, ain't you? Not at all like your daddy out there losing all them football games. Tell you what, Wood, I think you got yourself a good one here. By the way, when y'all get through with that outhouse, I'd appreciate you bringing it back to me.
Well, I guess if there's no getting out of it now, I might as well go get ready.
Did you see what I just saw?
Yeah. Well, he's got my jeans. Speaking of jeans, I gotta go get changed because Herman and I are going over to Jonesboro to deliver something.
I know. You and your stupid tricks. Well, just so you know, I've got a very busy night, so I'm not crazy about having to come to a hospital or identify your bodies.
You're a hard woman.
You want me to wait up for you?
No, I want you lying down.
Thanks for the playhouse.
So, Margie, how you doing?
I am great. I'm sorry I stepped on your foot.
That's okay. It was really my fault. I was offbeat.
I think those boys are trying to get your attention.
Who, them? I don't pay any attention to them. They're always razzing me.
Let's play with their minds, huh?
How?
Let's dance closer.
Really?
Sure, it'll totally confuse them. It'll just be our little joke, okay?
Okay.
Excuse me? If the Daisy May candidates would line up with their escorts, I, as class president, will announce the winner. This year's Daisy May is Margie Mayfield.
Give me a real kiss, okay?
Well, I don't... Hey, lover boy, your dad's on the phone. Says it's important. Hello?
Hi, son. Herman and I had a little car trouble. I need you to pick us up at Ray's truck stop outside of Hoxie. You know where that is?
No, but I can probably find it. But Dad, there's just one problem.
What's that?
I don't have a license.
Yeah, I knew that.
But Margie could take me in her truck.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Taylor, don't tell your mother about this, okay?
Yeah, okay. Bye. I'm sorry, but we've got to drive down to Hoxie and pick up my dad and Mr. Stiles.
Hoxie? Well, I've never even driven out of the town. Let's take the back roads.
Well, I still ain't got that report back in yet. So while we're waiting, why don't you fellers tell me just exactly which little podunk bank you robbed?
500 a time, we did not rob a bank. You didn't find any money on us, did you?
We could have stashed it. But we didn't.
I'll admit you're a peculiar-looking gang. I mean, the two robbers are okay, and I can even see the kid driving the getaway car, but the gal in the crown is a puzzler. I mean, I just don't get it.
You saw my ID. I'm Wood Newton, the coach over at Evening Shade.
Oh, we're checking on that. Boy, you sure picked a lousy alibi. Evening Shade has lost 30 games in a row. That poor coach is the laughing stock of this whole state.
Let me try to explain it to him.
Not the practical joke story again.
It's the truth. I'm telling you, we were just delivering that box of canister dyes over to...
That's right. Then my daring accomplice got to messing around with them, and then one of them exploded.
Benedict Arnold.
And it got right in my eye. It blinded me temporarily.
And then he drove the car off into a ditch.
Then I called my son, Taylor, to come pick us up, see? And Margie was driving the truck. She might have been going just a little bit too fast. As a matter of fact, I think that's what we were talking about when he popped up.
Now, come on, Dad. This place is a speed trap. 20 miles an hour? I mean, her truck idles faster than that.
That's no excuse. Well, I'm not blaming you, Margie. I mean, I just don't want your dad to be mad at us for keeping you out.
Oh, he won't be mad. This is the most exciting night of my whole life. Y'all treated me so nice, I feel like a queen. And I'm ready to do some more of that dating, too.
Well, it's the most exciting night of my life, too. We're going to have a police record for this.
If that report doesn't come back right, son, you can have your own serial number.
Wow.
Personally, I wouldn't give you a nickel for your story, but you can tell it to the judge.
Margie, you better call your daddy and tell him where you are.
No way, then he'll come pick me up. I like being locked in here with you guys. It's fun. You want to play some more charades?
Yeah.
No.
You know, Margie, you're incredible. If I would have had any other girl here, they'd be bawling and screaming. But not you. You're different. You're okay, Margie.
You're not so bad yourself.
Hey, you know, you look familiar to me. Were you in that movie Walking Tall?
Don't you worry about where I've been, boy. You worry about where you're going.
This judge we're going to see, what time would that be?
Well, first thing in the morning. He's over at Cummins tonight watching an execution.
Got an idea for a charade. Ready?
Movie.
The Lady in Red.
No. Sissy Spacek from Carrie.
so ends another Sadie Hawkins week, when anything can happen. When a boy can move a little closer to becoming a man, and a man can let the little boy hidden inside leap out once again to laugh and play on the cool lawns of a place called Evening Shade. It's morning in Evening Shade. The leaves are turning gold and orange and red, and love is in the air. Of course, love is always in the air at Wood Newton's house. But this time, it's not Wood having all the fun, but his son, Taylor, experiencing the first pangs of puppy love, and his father-in-law, Evan, a much slyer old dog, who has stumbled upon the unique pleasures of one Miss Fontana Beausoleil.
2 weeks ago, I was taking Taylor and his little friends to the movies. Now he's going out with a girl who drives? I just don't understand why he broke up with Jennifer. I mean, she was such a sweet, immature girl. Is your brother coming down to breakfast?
He's still on the phone with Michelle. He's telling her he loves her.
He loves her? How do you know that?
I heard him talking when I picked up the phone.
Melly, I've told you about listening in on other people's conversations. What else did he say?
He said he thinks she's cool.
Are you listening to this?
Mm-hmm.
Our son thinks he's in love with this person we haven't even met.
I met her. Well, I haven't actually met her. I've seen her in the hallway.
Well, I'm out campaigning all day. So I'd appreciate it if somebody around here would tell me what's going on with our children.
Morning, everybody.
Sit down. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say to your mother will be used against you in a court of law.
What'd I do?
Nothing. I was just saying how much I'd like to meet this new girlfriend of yours.
Her name's Michelle, Mom. And you'll get to meet her after the game tonight.
Where?
At the dance you and Dad are chaperoning.
I'm sorry. We're supposed to chaperone tonight. Is that all right?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, gang. Off to school.
Well, he hasn't even eaten his breakfast.
I'm sorry, Mom. I don't have time.
I thought you were going to take Jennifer to that dance.
Mom, Jennifer broke up with me.
How come?
I guess she's jealous of Michelle. Hey, who understands women, right, Dad?
Yeah. Hey, hit the road.
Bye, sweetheart. Whoa, whoa, whoa. His pants are unzipped.
Don't worry, I'll keep him zipped up for the rest of the day.
That goes ditto for me, too.
Wood, I'm really worried about this. This girl is too old for Taylor. I don't even know what kind of car she drives. She pulls away before I've had a chance to look out the window. A lot can happen in a car. I hope it's small.
I had a small car.
That's right. Doesn't matter.
He's gonna be all right. Look, when I come home tonight, let's send the kids over to your father.
And you'll be waiting at the door for me, you know, the way I picture you all day long.
How's that?
Nothing on but your wedding ring.
Excuse me.
Yes.
But before y'all proceed on with the 96 positions of the Kama Sutra, I need to borrow your charcoal starter stick. Don't mind me, darling. I know this kind of thing goes on around here night and day. It's like a rabbit hutch.
I'll get you some coffee.
I tell you, it must be exhausting living with a sex maniac. I mean, personally, I wouldn't know my last two husbands were impotent.
What was it that you wanted, Frida?
I told you, I need to borrow your charcoal starter stick. I'm having a barbecue for my town guild club.
Here.
Oh, thank you, honey. But your daddy won't be there. He's got himself a big date tonight.
A date?
Yep, darling. I think it's time you knew. Your daddy is going out with that over-peroxided melon farm escapee, Fontana Beausoleil. I mean, look, she's only interested in his money and his position, but Can you believe my brother, your daddy, is going out with an actual striptease artist?
Did you know anything about this?
I know he went out with her a couple of times when you were in the hospital. I didn't think it was anything.
You didn't think it was anything that my father is dating a woman who runs around in a G-string and pasties? You don't care that our son is in love with a girl we don't even know? I mean, I don't get you. What does it take to get you excited?
Please, this is where I came in.
Well, I think Taylor and Daddy are in way over their heads, and I don't care what you say. Taylor is still a little boy.
Honey, he's not a little boy. He's 15 years old.
And I tell you, that puberty can be a terrible thing. And everybody has to handle it in their own way. I will never forget that one summer, Delwood Biggers just climbed everything in sight. I was just a little girl, but I remember every time anybody looked out their window, there'd be Delwood wrapped around another clothesline pole. And sure enough, he got to be known as a clothesline pole boy.
Frida, I think maybe you should consider upping your medication a little bit.
Who's Taylor going out with now?
Michelle Marlin.
Helen Jane Marlin's granddaughter. Oh, yeah. Lord, that girl is fast.
You don't happen to know what kind of car Michelle Marlin drives, do you?
It must be Helen Jane's. It's a big old Buick Electra. You could probably sleep 6 people in it.
Coach Newton,
Yeah?
I'm Michelle Marlin.
Oh. Hi.
I guess you're aware of the fact that I started going steady with your son last week.
Well, I heard you guys are sweet on each other, yeah.
No, I would say it's a little bit more than that. Basically, I feel I could have most anyone in the school. But for the time being, I have decided to commit myself totally and completely to Taylor.
Sit down. Why don't you tell me a little about yourself, Michelle?
What would you like to know?
Well, are you still driving your grandmother's big old Buick?
That's right. Anyway, since Taylor is only a sophomore and I am a senior, I figured you and your wife might have some concerns. And I just wanted to set your minds at ease.
How old are you?
I'm almost 18. I take all my relationships seriously, and I do not have irresponsible teenage sex. I always use birth control.
Well, I guess that about sums it up, doesn't it? What's your next class?
Biology.
Oh, skip it. You don't need it. I'm just going to call my wife. You guys get along great. Hi, honey. I'm just sitting here with Michelle, you know, the girl that's dating Taylor, and we were just talking about class and school and things. And I was going to suggest to her that maybe she should go out for the track team because this girl's fast enough to make the Olympics. Huh? Yeah, okay, yeah. She's on her way. She's going to be here in a second. You guys can talk, you know.
I'm sorry, but I really can't cut class.
Oh.
I'm going to be gentle with him, and I'm going to teach him everything I know.
Michelle, basically, what the hell does that mean?
Basically, it means I'm going to have sex with your son.
So your mother and your daughter said that we should have lunch together, you know. So basically that I could tell you that she doesn't like the girls you're dating and to knock it off.
I just want to ask one question. Who died and appointed her Chuck Woolery?
Who's Chuck Woolery?
He's the guy on Love Connection. He matches people up.
You watch that show?
Sometimes when I'm eating supper. A lot of things about me you don't know. I'm kind of a tricky guy.
So what's Mom all hyped up about?
Well, in your grandfather's case, she's all hyped up about the fact that he's dating someone that the entire town has seen naked. In your case, she thinks the girl's too old.
What do you mean too old? Dad, Michelle's only 17.
Yeah, and you're 50. But according to your mother, 2 years in high school is like 20. It's kind of like dog years.
What I want to know is, if she wants to tell us something, why doesn't she say it herself?
Because of the nature of the conversation, you see. She felt it should be man to man. To man. We don't feel you're ready for this relationship.
What about me? Am I ready for it?
I'm just your daughter's messenger.
Well, look, I'd like you to tell my daughter that I appreciate her concern. And when I start drooling on my dates, then you can supervise me. And furthermore, this girl that I'm seeing, she's not just a striptease dancer, she's a real artist. She's completely self-taught. Have you ever seen her perform?
I'm sorry to say I haven't.
Well, you should. It's darned amazing. Amazed me.
What's wrong with Grandpa going out with the lovely Fontana? I mean, you must have known a lot of women when we were playing pro ball. You didn't marry Mom until you were 32.
Yeah, I've known a few ladies, yes.
How many?
How many?
Yeah.
Well, it's not something you keep track of, you know.
Well, as I recall, I ran across a journal in one of your old trunks in my attic. Now, there was a long list of names, and then a couple of times it just said, girl wearing hat.
You didn't marry Mom until she was 18. So I guess that means she dated hardly anybody.
That's correct. In fact, when you think about it, Taylor, your father is really the only person in this family who's really had a lot of fun.
You're supposed to be his grandfather. You could help me out a little, all right?
Well, just what is it we're trying to do?
I think Mom and Dad are worried that I'm going to go all the way with my new girlfriend. Is that right, Dad?
We just want you to do the right thing.
Well, that's right. I want you to do the right thing, too.
Well, what is the right thing?
Well, only you can make that decision.
Well, when was your first time?
My first time?
Yeah, when was it?
Actually, and I'm not proud of this, it was at the Purple Dawn Whorehouse in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
You're joking.
No, why?
Nothing.
Well, what was her name?
Her name? Big Ruthie Ralston.
You're joking.
No, why?
No reason.
Well, so how old were you your first time?
I don't remember.
Dad.
All right. I was 15. And apparently your grandfather was 30.
Now, Grandpa, did you really know Big Ruthie, whatever her name was?
No, Taylor. I was just pulling your dad's leg. No, I never had to travel all the way to Hot Springs for my cookies. We had a big old girl from Grubbs, Arkansas, living with the family next door to our farm, and one day she just grabbed me, took me into the barn, and turned me every way but loose. I must say, it was very invigorating. Then on, I volunteered to clean out the barn every day.
Well, how old were you?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was about 15.
But that doesn't mean that we don't have regrets.
What are they? Well, I better be getting back to class. I've got a test in 5th period. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Grandpa.
Sure.
I'm really glad we had this talk.
Well, you were a big help.
So how how's your little cheat with Fontana Beausoleil coming along?
Nice girl, coming along fine.
That is her theme song. They say that she dances to that with a real long scarf.
I know.
I'll never forget when Harlan was stationed near Houston in the Army. And, well, they had these topless joints everywhere. I mean, it is hard to get a sandwich in Texas without having to look at somebody's breasts.
Now, I've been wondering about something. How do you get to first base with a striptease artist? And for that matter, what would be first base?
Harlan?
I mean, it just seems strange to be going out with someone the whole town has seen naked.
Harlan?
Well, and I'm not saying anything Evan doesn't know. The whole town has seen her naked. But then so what? I've seen the whole town naked. Now, stop to think about it. This is a bad-looking town.
Oh, we saw Taylor and his new girlfriend out at the Dairy Queen.
Did you know she was down at Fauci's getting a birth control prescription refilled? Hell, kids nowadays have taken all the mystery out of it. Used to be you put all the boys in one room and say, get everything you can. Put girls in another room and say, don't give an inch. And then the fun would begin, and by gosh, that's the way it should be. Ever heard of a young girl running around with birth control pills? Half the fun of growing up was going into Fauci's and figuring out a way to buy a box of condoms without calling attention to yourself.
Well, how did you do it?
You can't. You have to steal them. Well, I'll never forget my first time. I probably never told you all, even though I grew up down the road from Evan. But anyway, there was this big old girl on a farm near ours. From Grubbs, Arkansas. Something about her that made me crazy. But she wouldn't have anything to do with me. I guess she was being fulfilled someplace else.
Hey, Coach, don't take it so hard. Keep your chin up. Today's score wasn't near as bad as it usually is. And the booing's getting a lot better, too, I think.
Thank you, Virgil.
I wish you wouldn't dance like that. I know it gets them all stirred up.
Well, we'll get him home. We'll turn their hose on.
You sure it's okay they're going out after the dance?
Yeah.
And you definitely talked to him?
Yeah.
Hey, we were gonna go get ourselves a soda. You guys want anything?
Oh, no thanks. We're fine.
I'll go with you, Taylor. I'll go with you, Taylor. You can talk to the missus.
Isn't Taylor just darling?
Yeah, he is. I was just thinking that this morning when I was rearranging his teddy bears.
I was telling you the truth when I said I lost my virginity when I was 15, you know?
Yeah?
Well, I don't think you're ready to yet. And if you are ready, I don't think that's the right girl.
Why?
Because just last week you were stealing watermelons. You know, I mean, you're still young, Taylor. Maybe I grew up faster than you did.
Okay, I'll stop stealing watermelons.
All I know is that when you get the right girl, you'll know it's right.
Was it always right for you?
Ever since I met your mom, it's never been wrong.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying I don't want you to come home tonight with Buick upholstery under your fingernails.
You're asking a lot, Dad.
If you want to overrule me, I understand, okay?
So how are the two handsomest guys at this dance?
Hey, Mom, you want to dance?
I thought you'd never ask.
So, how about you, Coach Newton?
Oh, I don't dance.
Okay. Then you just stand there and I'll do all the work.
Somehow I knew you'd say that.
I just love all your books. You know, I'm the first person in my family to get a public library card.
Well, now you don't have to go to the library. You can come here.
You know, you're really very nice and modest.
It's been my experience that most people have two ways of speaking. They're either bragging or pretending not to be.
Well, the only thing I'm good at is dancing.
Well, there you go. I can't dance at all.
Could we try?
Okay.
I mean, together.
Now you've had fair warning.
I've been meaning to tell you, you have the most wonderful eyes.
Thank you. I kind of like your legs.
You look like you know a lot of secrets.
Well, my sister says that if you live long enough, what's in your heart will eventually show up on your face.
Well, then you know something, Evan Evans.
What's that?
I think your secrets are coming to the surface.
Hi.
What are you doing up?
I fixed myself a sandwich. You want me to fix you one?
No, thanks. Hey, what was that music I heard coming from Grandpa's house?
Oh, I think that's the dance of the Seven Veils. So, did you have a good time?
Look, Dad, nothing happened. Okay? I mean, nothing big happened.
Well, it's none of my business. I mean, you have to tell me about it.
Well, I thought about what you said. You may be right. I like Michelle a lot, but I don't know. She makes me feel kind of like she's using me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, not that that's necessarily bad. It's just maybe not for me. I gotta go take a cold shower.
Use all the water you want.
Maybe when I'm 16, I'll drive down to Hot Springs and see Big Ruthie. Good night, Dad.
Good night, son. Taylor, your shirt's on inside out.
Hey, I never said I was an angel.
Evening shade, edge of the glade. Not much to do, ain't we got it made?
It's evening in Evening Shade, where all day the sweet smell of hope lingered in the air, because tonight's game was against Gasville, the only team around with a longer losing streak than ours. Evening Shade was the favorite right up to the third quarter when things started falling apart. But even though we lost, there's still a celebration. A situation Coach Wood Newton finds rather upsetting.
Jerry, turn off that damn radio.
Hey, come on, Dad. Terry didn't do anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry. Please turn off the damn radio. I'll rip the knobs off and make you eat them.
Hey, all right, Tien?
Good way to go, man. Now, Coach, can I ask you a question?
What?
Didn't we lose?
Yes, we did. But apparently we're not only the losingest team in the state, we're the stupidest. We don't even know when we lose.
Does that mean we're not going to have a victory party?
What the hell's the matter with you guys? Read my lips. We lost the game. There's no victory party because there was no victory.
Well, we know that, Coach, but at least we scored.
The only thing that counts is what's on the scoreboard at the end of the game.
Drink Coca-Cola.
All right, that's it. That's it. Everybody's going to be here tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. You're going to run wind sprints until you drop.
All right. Hit the showers. Come on, you heard the man. Let's go. And remember, fungus can't grow where it's dry. Let's go. I'll talk to him. I'll smooth it over. You guys. Philpott, if you hadn't got deodorant with you tomorrow, you don't play. You want some, Miss Newton?
Oh, no thanks, Herman. I don't drink when I'm pregnant.
That's a good policy. You know, I didn't drink at all till I started coaching. Then I started cussing. I don't know. Cussing and drinking, they just seem to go together. I only make $400 a year, though, for helping out. So I'm kind of limited to your non-alcoholic beers. Right now, I drink a lot of Alpine, boy.
Honey, that's your 5th glass. Haven't you had enough?
Apparently not. I still remember the game.
Hey, Dad, look at this.
Now, Groucho Marx.
Hey, where'd you get that?
I was gonna, Mama, see. This is the prize I won.
Oh, you won something. Wow, somebody in our family finally won something.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the John.
You want me to go with you?
Why would I want you to go with me, Herman?
Well, you've had a lot of beers. I just thought you might need a little manly assistance.
Well, I've been to the John for years, and I've never needed manly assistance.
How come Daddy has a mustache?
I can answer that. It's because he ain't got the guts to shave it off.
You know what? I bet he'd like it if somebody would just come on and do it for him.
I have got to get out of here. I've got 3 speeches tomorrow. Herman, would you mind being the designated driver?
Oh, I'd be happy to. My car's kind of piled up, though, with athletic equipment, shoulder pads, salves, and ointments and stuff, but I can probably squeeze them in.
25 losses in a row. I can't believe we lost another one, Herman. We didn't see it again.
You know, Margaret May Wilson's husband was out there, and it was so embarrassing. That is the 3rd time I have seen that man with his pants unzipped.
Hey, Woodrow, we was robbed, boy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that opposing team is old. I've been treating a couple of those boys for hardening of the arteries. Honey, come on over here and show Wood what's in the bag. This will cheer you up. You've been down in the mouth lately. Hey, how about that, huh? Merlene made that outfit herself. And she made one for me the same way. We're gonna wear them in the golf tournament tomorrow.
What golf tournament?
The one you promised to play in with Harlan for charity. Don't you remember, honey? We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Go ahead and play, Coach. I'll take care of the boys at practice.
Hey, Harlan, you say you and Wood are going to be dressed in these outfits?
That's right, we're playing doubles. And Merlene's been working on these outfits for weeks. I tell you, she is a sewing fool.
Oh, Harlan, don't brag. Now, I'm gonna go play my song on the jukebox.
Now, look. I know it's strange that we should be dressed alike, but Merlene's got her heart set on it. I mean, she's even thinking about starting her own recreational clothing line. And we can't just refuse not to wear it.
Where do you get this wee stuff?
Please, Woodrow, don't let me down. You said it was your favorite charity, that's why you're doing it. And besides, when Merlene gets mad, she cuts off all supplies. I don't get any loving at all.
Are you telling me I gotta wear this stupid outfit so you can have sex with your wife?
No. Well, yeah.
Have you all heard that new country western song, Take Your Tongue Out of My Mouth, I'm Saying Goodbye?
No, I don't think we have, but I'll look into it.
Come on, Will. We're leaving. Herman, take your take care of him.
Oh, you got it. Okay, Coach. I figure you have one more beer, then we head home.
You figured wrong.
You know what, Wood Newton? Now, I have to be honest. I have to tell you, I never really liked you.
Oh.
Now, I never thought you were funny, but you know, for some reason, whenever I've been drinking, you are the funniest person in the world to me. What's that guy's name again?
It's Mr. Stiles. Mr. Stiles is a friend of mine. As a matter of fact, when all the rats have left the sinking ship, Mr. Stiles will be right there at my side. Herman, come over here.
What?
Herman, we are in deep dog doo-doo. Because if we lose another game, we're going to make Sports Illustrated. You know, we're going to be the laughing stock of the country. As a matter of fact, we already are the laughing stock of the country.
Hey, Coach. Don't you think it's about time you went to sleep now?
Listen, you. He does not want to go to bed. Now, I want you to stop asking that. It's getting on my nerves.
Okay, just quit poking me when you tell me.
Well, you really are just a little old puff of a man, aren't you? You know what? Somebody just ought to throw you down on the floor and French kiss you. Don't you just hate that? Whatever your name is?
I guess so.
What do you mean you guess so? You the one been talking that big, tough football talk all night. Now, I want to know exactly what you gonna do about it.
I guess I'm gonna throw you down on the ground and stomp your butt.
I got one. Okay.
Okay. Herman, over here. Who is it? Roy?
Roy, have you been back there in the bedroom fooling around with Dale?
Walter Brennan.
It's offside. Jesse said, hey, little Luke, get out of my sight.
That's right, you idiot. That's Walter Brennan. Now, come on. Do another one.
All right, this is hard because this is subtle.
Okay, shh.
You ready?
Where is it? Every time I come to town, some young boy tries to make a name for himself.
Marshall did.
Oh, you idiot. That's Gregory Peck.
Listen, you. I'm getting just a little tired of you calling me an idiot.
Oh, my, that's very sexy. I like that. Okay. Now, I want you to do Marlon Brando in Guys and Dolls, please. No, just once for me, please. All right. I'll do my double-jointed elbow. All right. Okay. You ready?
Do it. My Lord. Is all of you like that?
Wouldn't you just love to know?
Okay. Here you go.
Oh!
Marlon Brando.
Trigger. like Coach finally went to sleep.
Hi, I'm Kyle Hampton.
Oh,
I'm an old friend of Ava's. Is she home?
what time?
Let's see, it's about 7:15. I wanted to catch her before she got away this morning.
I don't know. She may have already gone.
You don't remember me, do you?
No.
No, I didn't think you would, you being so much older. Yeah, I used to go with Ava in high school before you married her. And you were my hero.
Yeah, well,
Have you been ill?
Not that I know of, no.
Well, I'm a reporter now, New York Times. Been covering the Iron Curtain countries.
Uh-huh.
I haven't been home in years.
Uh-huh.
Boy, you've sure been through some changes.
You got a message for Ava? I'll tell her.
Yeah, would you just tell her that Kyle Hampton stopped by?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I got a question. That's just a reporter's curiosity, but do you really like the way your mustache looks?
I don't know, Kyle. I've never really thought about it. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What the hell do you care?
No reason. I'm just curious. I guess you get a lot of comments.
No, just you.
Okay, well, listen, I'll let you get back to whatever. Would you ask Ava to call me? I'll be staying at my mother's.
Sure.
Okay. Look, I don't know what kind of statement you're trying to make, but I'll say one thing. It's original.
Watching cartoons and went back to bed. Honey, did you put the coffee on? You know, I can't believe how much you had to drink last night. That was totally unlike you.
Have you got any idea what happened to the other half of my mustache?
What? What happened?
I don't know. I was sleeping there on the coffee table, and the doorbell rang. I went to the door. I came back. I had half a mustache.
Well, who's at the door?
I don't know. Some old boyfriend of yours, Kyle something or other.
Kyle! You're kidding me! Wait! Kyle Hampton was here. I can't believe it. He hasn't been home in years. Well, what did he say? How did he look?
Fine. In fact, he had everything intact on his face. I, on the other hand, am missing half a mustache.
You know, I was kind of in love with him. Well, once. He was the most popular boy in our class. Of course, I don't expect you to know that because you're so much older.
Yes, you mentioned that. I don't think you're grasping the seriousness of the situation here. You see, I had this mustache for 16 years, and I liked it. I liked all of it. I don't think I'm going to like just having half of it. Have you got any idea what happened to it?
Honey, I have no idea. I'm sorry. You look so... It serves you right. You and Fred were out here carousing all night. I mean, maybe she shaved it off. She was talking about it earlier.
Why would she shave it off? Why would she shave it off?
I don't know. It's a practical joke or something. She's in one of her dark moods.
Yeah, well, I'm going to shave something of hers off, okay?
What? Hello? Kyle. Oh, is that really you? Yeah, my husband said you came by. Oh, gosh, it's so good to talk to you. Well, yeah, I'm out campaigning all day. Yeah, I'm running for prosecuting attorney. Lunch? Well, I'm supposed to meet Wood after his golf tournament, but he said it's fine. So how about 12 noon at the Holiday Inn? Great. See you then. Oh. Well, I have to speak at the rehab center anyway at 3. You don't mind that I'm canceling, do you?
No. Why do you have to have lunch at a motel?
Well, just the coffee shop. I mean, it's nice. You don't mind?
No. I'll be booking your Aunt Frida because she's obviously criminally insane.
Good morning, you little cookie.
Is Daddy mad about his mustache?
What do you mean?
Well, I tried to shave it off, but it kept turning over, so I had to quit.
Are you kidding me? You did this to me?
You know better than that. You could have cut yourself.
He could have cut himself. What about me? I could be standing here with no lips.
Let me see. It's amazing. Did a really good job.
You're grounded for life.
Wood, just calm down. It's my fault. We didn't explain it right. It was a misunderstanding. He thought you had something that you didn't want anymore.
No, I guess I'm fortunate I didn't lose anything else. Let me make it very simple for you, all right? When you're talking to the children about what I want and what I don't want, what I want when I go to sleep at night is what's attached to me, what's growing out of me, and whatever's hanging out of me, okay? When I wake up in the morning, I want the same things attached to me, growing out of me and hanging out of me that were there the night before. All right, I live in this house. I think I have a right to that.
Stop shouting.
All right?
Ava with her date. I thought you said they were going to the Holiday Inn.
I thought they were.
Well, we better sit down now anyhow, because we'll look funny.
Harlan, we passed funny about 6 hours ago, all right? And don't sit next to me. I don't want you to...
I'll sit where I feel
You're
like
overwhelming me, all right? Get away from me.
Honey, I didn't even see you guys come in.
Hi, darling.
Hi. Oh. So, did you win the golf tournament?
No, we lost. I thought you guys were going to have lunch at the Holiday Inn.
Well, yeah, we were, but I decided that might be a little too much temptation.
He's such a kidder.
Yes, he is.
I was explaining to him why you look so bad.
Oh, good. I wouldn't want Lyle to have a bad impression of me before he leaves. When are you leaving, by the way?
Tomorrow, which is why I think I have to make the most of every minute. Do you mind if I dance with your wife?
It's up to her, you know.
We noticed that our song from high school was on the jukebox, you know. We haven't danced in years. It's really important to him. Do you mind?
What's important to him?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care.
No. Just
Maybe you'll capture that old magic.
Do you want my purse?
Yeah.
I've heard people. Probably, it's a simple little song. It's.
Yeah.
But I don't know about that. There's many times that we've shared love.
Oh, hey, Doc Eldridge. Miss Eldridge.
Hey, Evan.
Coach, practice went great. Can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something different about you.
You got bigger shoes on.
No, it's your mustache. It's not all there.
Honey, Kyle just had the best idea. We want to go to all those places, from high school, like A.W. Root Beer and the bowling alley, sort of jog down memory lane.
Well, as long as you keep jogging.
No, but I want you to come with us.
No, that's all right, honey. I'm going to stay home and, drop some new plays. Herman, you want to help me?
I'd love to. I've been wanting to see how the coach behaves at home. Myself, I usually just do a couple of push-ups, rub myself down with Bengay, and go to bed.
Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, I like it.
Good.
Ooh.
How was your date last night? You have fun?
It wasn't a date. We had dinner, and then we went bowling, and we cruised by the A&W to see who was there, but nobody was there except a bunch of kids Taylor's age. After that was pretty depressing. Then we sat out in the driveway and talked. It wasn't that much fun. So much for memory lane.
Sorry you had a rough time.
Then why are you smiling?
I'm just afraid I got it.
You know something else? If he'd been the guy in the barbecue villa with half a mustache and that ridiculous flowered outfit, he never would have had the guts to let me hang out with an old boyfriend. Thanks for not knowing what time I came home last night.
I was asleep.
I think it was about 2 o'clock.
2:17.
I like this bare upper lip.
Morning, Coach. Hi, Herman. Morning, Miss Newton.
Oh, Herman.
Well, I figured Coach was feeling kind of low because he's the only man in town with only half a mustache. Since I am the assistant coach, I figured I'd just lend a little moral support. After all, that's what friends are for.
In evening shade, we ain't afraid to get a little laid back and let the daylight fade. Life goes slow and it's worth a lot more when you got it made. We got it made in the shade. Evening shade.
It's high noon in the evening shade. At last night's game, Coach Wood Newton not only lost another football game, but fell backwards over a bench trying to protect one of his boys who'd run out of bounds. He probably won't wear the sling on his arm very long, but for right now, he's getting a nice bit of sympathy from Ava.
Well, I'll tell you what. Those boys ought to be glad they got Wood for a coach. But no matter how bad they get beat, they always make sure they hold their heads up high and maintain their self-respect. Oh, by the way, after we saw that game last Friday night, Merlene decided to start up a little charity for y'all.
For what?
Well, it's not actually for you. It's for the cheerleaders. She thinks they need more uniforms.
Oh, so do I.
That's a good idea. Give the crowd something interesting to look at. The skimpier, the better.
Yeah. I was thinking along the lines of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Perfect.
The funny thing about those costumes, the smaller they are, the more expensive they are. Why is that?
I don't know.
I think it should be the other way around.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. You know, I get a kick out of these charity things. I feel like dressing up like Stonewall Jackson and pulling my miniature cannon all over town, just like I did with the Cancer Society.
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
You're such a good doctor. Why don't you have any dignity?
I don't know. Why is it that you have so much dignity and you lose all those games?
You guys. Merlene said you're auctioning off prizes.
Yeah, folks are real generous about donating stuff. Yeah, here's a list of them right here.
Let me see. Oh, look, Ponder's donating 6 free dinners. Harlan's donating a complete physical exam.
Well, not really complete. You know, there's a couple of those procedures I don't like to do unless I get paid. How about you, Wood? You want to give away something?
I don't know. Every Friday night for the rest of my life.
No, come on, let's think of something.
No, he just had a good idea.
What?
We could auction off a weekend with Wood Newton. Well, after all, you are the closest thing we have to a celebrity around here.
No, I live for the weekends. The weekend is when I get to be with Ava and the kids.
Yeah.
Don't be stingy. You said yourself it was for a good cause.
I know, but can't we think of something else? I mean, this is our only time to be together.
All right, you think of something else. I'm going to put it down here on the list. Yeah, that's a weekend with Coach Wood Newton. Right after 6 months of free pumping and removal from Dave's septic tank service.
Don't be disappointed if nobody bids on it, because, who wants to spend the weekend with a guy with, his arm in a sling and taking a nap?
I do.
Hey, Coach. Hey, buddy, how you holding up?
You didn't have to come over here, Herman.
Oh, I figured I'd better stay pretty close, seeing how's I'm next in line of succession. Oh, listen, I think I made a little mistake last month when I was ordering the locker room supplies. Consequently, your office is filled up with about 36 cases of jock itch powder.
Well, that's good. None of my boys will be scratching in public. See you later, baby.
Okay.
And if I hadn't confiscated this, those boys would have burned it right in front of the school.
Looks just like Herman. You don't have anything to worry about, Margaret. Rival teams have been burning coaches in effigy ever since I can remember.
It was our team. I'm telling you, we gotta do something about this Herman Style situation before it gets completely out of hand.
As I see it, we really don't have a Herman Style situation.
I doubt you can see anything with all this jock itch powder stacked everywhere. Just take my word for it. Everybody is fed up with him. And by the way, the referees want him to stop doing that cheer every time they call a penalty.
What cheer?
Elevator, elevator, we got the shaft.
I'll talk to him.
Well, talk is cheap. Now, I think you need to take some decisive action. And I know what it should be. I talked to Bud Freeman. His son George is moving back to town. He used to play semi-pro football down in Texas. Well, Bud thinks George might be interested in doing a little assistant coaching for you.
Are you saying I should fire Herman?
Well, that's what Vince Lombardi would have done. I just read his autobiography. Winning is the only thing. I think you should read it, too. You might learn something.
Remember when you asked me to hire him, Margaret? You said Herman didn't know anything about shop, and then after he taught it for a while, he got real good at it. Remember when you told me that?
I lied.
Oh.
Well, at the time, he was the only one who was willing to be the assistant coach, so I said what I had to. But now that George Freeman's moving back to town, it's a whole new ball game.
Hey, Coach, there's something I got to talk to you about. Hey, what is that? Some kind of new tackling dummy?
Margaret took that away from a couple of guys. I'm afraid they were going to burn it in effigy.
Well, I don't know why it don't look a thing like you. As a matter of fact, it's kind of stupid looking.
It's supposed to be you.
What? Well, hot dog. When the opposing team starts burning you in effigy, it's a pretty good sign you got them on the run, ain't it, Coach?
Yes. Now, what was it that you wanted, Herman?
Oh, yeah, listen, hey, I got this great idea. I've been reading this library book on the subject of hypnosis.
Oh, Lord, give me strength.
Well, I was going to check out that autobiography of Vince Lombardi, but a certain somebody'd beat me to it. Anyway, this idea, it's going to be great for the team, Coach. You see, we get all the boys to paint spirals on the helmets, just like this one. Then, when we're down in the line and we're facing the other team, we get the boys to go like this. That'll probably disorient them just enough to give us the edge that we need. What do you think?
I don't know what to think.
Think about what I said.
Are you ready for breakfast? I know you're in there. There's plenty of time for that later. Come on, it's Saturday. We promised the kids we'd help them with their projects. Molly's got this science thing, and we've got to make a plaster cast of Will's face. You're a little devil. I promise you. Ooh, later. You better come eat some pancakes, because you're going to need your strength.
Will you say it first? Okay, we'll say it at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good morning. Goodbye.
Morning. Hi, Betty. Who's he talking to?
Jennifer.
I love you too.
I thought he broke up with Jennifer.
He did, but then she lost her mind again.
It happened last week.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking for some sentiment for Will's toast.
I don't see you till Monday. This is Saturday.
Well, I was the high bidder in that charity auctions weekend with Wood Newton. Yeah.
Did you know about this?
No. Oh, no. I asked Miss Eldridge not to say anything about it. I wanted it to be a secret. Thought it'd make a real nice surprise. I mean, just think of it, Coach. You and me gonna get to spend some time together to cement our relationship, but away from the rough and tumble of the gridiron.
How could you do this to me, Herman? I mean, we're together every day during the week, all day long. I mean, you should bid on something more practical, you know, like having your septic tank cleaned.
Are you kidding me? Having you for my mentors meant so much for my professional life, I decided why not go the whole hog and see what it'd do for my personal life as well. I mean, I may not have met the right girl yet, but I mean, one of these days, there's gonna be a Mrs. Stiles and a bunch of little Stiles. I figured y'all would make the perfect role models for me to study.
Ooh, that is so sweet.
I'll take Will as toast.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, Will, buddy, here you go.
Mr. Stiles, did you find a cinnamon?
Close to it.
Ooh, what is this stuff? It tastes like pizza.
It's oregano.
I want a cinnamon toast, not oregano toast.
Well, have you ever tried oregano toast?
I have now and I hate it. Have you ever had it?
Well, no, I can't say that I have. But you know, I have this personal philosophy. You just dive right on off into things, whether you know anything about them or not. It's gotten me where I am today.
That's true. You want to step over here a minute? I want to talk to you.
Oh, sure. See you in a minute, Will.
I've got the cinnamon.
Thank you.
Herman, Saturday it's a real special day for me. I get to do projects with the kids, and, you know, the weekend is like the only time I get to really be alone with Ava, if you know.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So, you understand, you just go on home.
Oh, now listen, if you're worried about me getting bored, just stop it. This is exactly the kind of thing I was hoping to get in on. It's what I spent my money for.
Good.
Would you step down here for a second?
Huh?
You see, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Hmm?
Things seem to be getting kind of hot and heavy between Taylor and that Jennifer girl. If you decide you're going to have a little man-to-man talk with him to explain the facts of life, I'd appreciate it if you'd let me sit in on it and take a few notes. I mean, I seem to remember Fred McMurray doing something like that with one of the kids in Son of Flubber. I can't remember exactly what he said, though. Act natural. You know, this betrays you as a man of surprising depth.
What?
I would have had you figured as somebody who'd start off with the sports page.
No, don't fall apart when I start reading the funnies.
Oh, no, do whatever comes natural.
I gotta go upstairs for a little while.
Herman, you want some toast and coffee?
Oh, no, thanks. I'm just going to tag along with the coach.
It's a euphemism. You know, I don't really... See,
I can see a man about a horse.
Got you. Coach, you'll be needing your paper.
I can't wait to see you either. I know, it's only 4 hours and 23 minutes away.
Hi! Could I talk to you for just a few minutes when you get off the phone?
What? Yeah, well, can you call me back in a couple minutes? Okay, bye.
Oh, good. Now listen, son. I can't presume to talk to you man to man. That's your daddy's job. Would you mind if we spend a few minutes speaking assistant coach to player?
Well, sure.
You know something? I think you should be real careful about getting involved with girls during the football season. It's a well-known fact that women will sap your strength.
Well, how do they do that?
I don't know. Well, I mean, fortunately, it's never happened to me personally. But I know that boxers, right before that big fight, they always go off into the mountains just as far away from women as they can possibly get. There must be a darn good reason for it, because those mountain cabins are expensive. I'll get it. Hello. Oh, hi, Jennifer. This is Assistant Coach Herman Stiles. No, Taylor can't talk right now. He's in a football conference.
Football conference? Here, let me talk to her.
I'll smooth it out for you,
Oh,
okay?
Mr. Stiles.
You know, it's just a stroke of luck that you should have called right now. Jennifer, I don't know, but do you realize that before you and Taylor started going out, he scored 3 touchdowns, and since the two of you have been seeing each other, he hadn't scored any at all?
Well, hey, that's not her fault.
Now, I've been spending some time in the boy's household, and I can attest to the fact he's got a stable diet, a supportive family, which would lead me to conclude that the deciding factor in his slump must be you. No, honey, you're sapping his strength.
Hey, let me talk to her.
I'm doing this for your own good. Oh, no, now listen, I know you didn't mean to do it, but now listen. I think you'd be doing your patriotic duty to your high school if you'd just stop seeing or calling Taylor until the football season's over.
What?
Yes, I'd be happy to tell him that tonight's date's off.
No!
Oh, yeah, and listen, it'd be a good idea if you just took your phone off the hook.
Jennifer!
No? Oh, listen, I appreciate your cooperation.
Jennifer!
Bye-bye.
No!
Well, that solves that problem. You know, she took the news real well. Oh, my! You scared me out of a year's growth.
The South shall rise again.
Well, I hope nobody saw you come in the house.
You just tell us because you don't have a uniform.
If you'd like a uniform, I know the lady who does costumes for the theater group at the Methodist
No,
Church.
that won't be necessary. What do you want, anyway?
Well, we still need some more money for the cheerleaders' uniforms, so I'm bringing out the big guns. I thought maybe you'd walk around uptown with me, and every time somebody makes a donation, would fire off Big Bertha here.
I don't want to go downtown with you, okay? I can anyway, if I wanted to, because I got to spend the day with Herman, which I think you arranged.
Oh, now listen, don't mind me. If that's what you'd normally be doing, you go right ahead.
I'm not doing anything today that would be normal.
Doggone it. There goes my people. Patsy Holloway must be in labor. I gotta hurry. You mind if I leave Bertha here?
Just remember where you left her, okay?
Thank you. I'll see you later.
You know, I knew things were going to turn out this way. It certainly is more interesting than playing ping pong at the Y.
Daddy? Daddy? Can we work on a miniature volcano now?
Sure, I think so.
Oh, listen, Coach, would you mind if I helped Molly out with her science project? You know, I've been wanting to spread my wings a little bit and see if I got that wood Newton touch. Besides, it'd give you a little time to spend with your wife. I know the two of you like to make out every opportunity you get.
This is her project. It's up to her.
Are you good at science?
Are you kidding me? Spent my whole childhood locked in the basement trying to figure out the perfect stink bomb.
Okay.
Don't you worry about a thing, Coach. By this evening, you're going to be saying Herman Stiles is Mr. In Control.
Well, I'll go see if Ava wants to make up.
We can do it here on the table.
At it when I'm asking what? You're hurting nothing.
Hold it. I know this has been the worst day of your life. I'm sorry.
He ruined my volcano!
I'll buy you another one. I'm sorry.
He tried to break my face.
Well, the man is totally and utterly incompetent. What's he doing now?
Last time I saw him, he was vacuuming around Dr. Eldridge's cannon.
Well, I hope that Bud Freeman's son is ready to do a little coaching for me.
Does that mean you're gonna fire Herman?
I want to fire Herman.
No, what? Don't you think you're being a little hasty? I mean, Herman's got such a good heart. He's like an imaginary friend. What, I know he's driven us all crazy, but that's no reason to fire him. I really think that you should think about this. Get him out of my house!
Heck of a recoil on that thing, isn't it?
Herman, we have to talk. I don't think you understand the effect that you've had on my entire family since you've been here.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, Coach. I don't think you have any idea the effect being your assistant's had on my entire life. I mean, I don't know whether you realize it or not, but, you know, I never have gotten very much respect from people. Even my own daddy used to say I looked like something that was sent for and never came. I don't know, though. Ever since I became your assistant coach, when I walk down the street, people look at me and they say, there goes Assistant Coach Herman Stiles. It makes me feel real proud. Did I ever tell you what I was going to do with my $400 salary?
Help us fix the wall?
Oh, that's nothing. I used to teach shop. I'm real good at drywall and paneling. Actually, I was going to buy a plane ticket for my daddy. I hadn't seen him in a long time. You know something that's going to tickle him pink to see me out there on that field? It's going to tickle him so much, as a matter of fact, it's not going to matter whether we win or lose. You know something? Buying this day with you and your wife and your kids is about the best money I ever spent in my entire life.
Yoo-hoo! Coach Newton!
Yes.
I would have knocked, but your door is open.
It's a long story. What do you want, Margaret?
Oh, hi, Miss Fauci.
Mr. Stiles, I'm sorry to mention this in front of you, but we might as well get it out in the open. I talked to George Freeman, and he's real interested in working for you as assistant coach, but he's got another offer from County High, too, so you're going to have to decide what you want to do.
What are y'all talking about?
Oh, Margaret was remarking the other day how incredible it is that we can hang on to you, you know, when we just pay you $400 a year. But Herman and I were discussing this, and he wants to stay, and I'd like him to stay. Yeah, he has a unique perspective on the game of football. In fact, I've never seen anything quite like it. So I want him to stay.
Is that your decision?
Yes, it is.
Well, now that it's been mentioned, I could use a raise.
Still working?
I'm trying to figure out a way to steep this cannon on one of the plays. That'll be my theme song. The man who could have fired Herman Stiles and did.
Well, you have a history of doing crazy things. Like marrying 18-year-old girls. See, some of the best stuff in life doesn't happen unless somebody goes crazy.
Want to do something crazy right here? No.
Ooh, I like that. Look at the lights. You know, that was a big sacrifice you made, not firing Herman. Give the kids something to think about. I guess that's why you're my favorite crazy man around. Wood. Wood.
Well, maybe the lesson for the Newton family regarding Herman is that if there is no solution, there's no problem. So once again, a warm, friendly feeling moves in on a place called Evening Shade.
In evening shade, we ain't afraid to get a little laid back and let the daylight fade. Life goes slow and it's worth a lot more when you got it made. We got it made in the shade. Evening Evening shade, edge of the glade.
It's morning in Evening Shade, and preparations are already underway for tomorrow night's annual game against arch-rival Piggott High School. Unfortunately, it's one of the most lopsided rivalries in Arkansas, since Evening Shade hasn't won this game since 1959. But in spite of that, this game has a rich legacy of tradition and ritual. One of the most important of these is the annual uninvited decoration of the coach's house.
Hey, what do you say? Mules, take that ball away.
Good morning, Dub.
Hey, Will, morning.
Look at the toilet paper.
Yeah, powder blue this year. It sure is pretty.
I think so, too.
Uh-huh. You know that there's an eclipse coming tonight.
What's an eclipse?
That's when there's a shadow on the moon. We'll have to be careful.
Why?
Because things will disappear if you don't hold on to them when an eclipse comes. I'm going to set my wagon so it won't disappear. I don't want to lose it. It's a big part of who I am.
Morning.
Morning, Dad.
Thank you. Morning up.
Morning, Coach. Hey, Coach. Do you notice anything different about me?
No, I don't.
Me neither. Watch those Piggott guys. See you, Coach.
Okay.
I have a feeling you're going to win.
Morning, Doc.
Morning.
Oh, powder blue this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any nice people in Piggott?
Oh, I'm sure there are, but I haven't met him yet.
Well, at least they didn't throw eggs this time.
That's because the guy with the eggs got lost. Didn't seem very bright, did they, honey?
Think you could actually beat them?
You know something, I do.
Really?
I think we got a chance. Besides that, I have my lucky towel.
Why is it black?
He dyed it black in Pittsburgh to accessorize his Steeler outfit.
What?
Amy Nolan's on the phone for you.
Oh, good. She's gonna tell me if Jessica Jordan really wants to go with Scott Henry or if Jennifer Cavallo just said that to make Rudy Fernandez jealous.
I was wondering about that myself.
Wood, I can't believe you're going to walk around with that mangy towel all day again.
When you see Randall the Razorback, you'll change your mind.
You mean that gross, hairy, ugly, disgusting warthog thing you call a trophy?
It's everything I want in life.
This losing streak has affected you more than I realized.
You can't kill him. He said the H-worm in could have a stroke.
Good morning, Miss Ava.
Coach, we got a problem.
We do?
As everyone in this town is aware, tomorrow night is the annual Piggott game.
Why do you have toilet paper all over your house?
Mr. Stiles, try to stay with me. Now, as I was saying, tomorrow night is the Piggott game.
Well, you know, Margaret, I think we might beat him.
Not a chance in hell.
Whose side are you on, Coach?
I'm just being realistic, Coach. Look, Miss Fenimore gave an algebra test yesterday, and 6 of our boys failed it, which means as of today, they're ineligible to play.
Who?
The whole offensive line, including Big Ed Satterfield.
Closest thing we got to a secret weapon.
Don't you have Miss Fenimore for algebra?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about Taylor. He did fine.
I'm gonna go give me some breakfast.
Passed it with the D.
Hold it.
D?
D?
It was tough.
You go have your breakfast. We'll talk about how tough things can be later, huh?
I'll go see what this is about.
It's a shame this all had to happen the same week you got your lucky towel back. Of course, it kind of makes you wonder if it's all that lucky, don't it?
Well, I was crazy to think we had a chance.
Oh, we still have a chance. I got Mrs. Fenimore to agree to give a makeup test tomorrow afternoon. Now, if the boys pass the test, they can play tomorrow night.
So you gonna help them study?
I tried, but I can't make her do that.
Well, if they couldn't learn it every day in class, how are they going to get it in one night?
I don't know. But it is your responsibility to make sure those boys are eligible to play, especially Big Ed.
Well, you don't expect me to cheat, do you, Margaret?
I expect to see Randall the Razorback hanging on your wall Friday night after the game. Now, how you get him there is strictly your responsibility. Just remember what Vince Lombardi said, winning is everything. Of course, he had a lot better record than you do.
It's just a game, Margaret.
It's a pig game!
Now, boys, this is what we call a cram session. You probably don't know what a cram session is, Big Ed, because you've never crammed for anything in your life. Now, the thing is, you've got...
Give me, Coach.
Huh?
Hey, Bud, you got everything set up there yet?
Oh, yeah. And, Coach, you're going to do just fine. Boys, you keep your chins up.
All right, now, boys, you got to concentrate. You can't let any...
Got all kinds of brain food there for you now, boys. I want you to load up on carbohydrates. Maintain your energy. Now, a lot of people say that eating too much food will slow you down, but I never found that to be true. I combine my eating with a strict regimen of power cat naps. So what's Taylor doing here? I thought you passed the test.
I did, but Dad wants me to take it over again so I can bring up my grade.
You're making him do that when he's got the picket game to worry about?
You want to go outside? It's cool out there.
No, I don't want to go down.
I don't want you to go out. We'll call you when we get through, all right? All right, guys.
Go Muse!
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt. No, that's okay. Have you seen Will's dinosaur?
Yeah, right here, honey. I'm sorry about the noise.
Oh, it's okay. Thanks. Somehow he got the idea if he doesn't hold on to this during the eclipse, it'll disappear.
I wonder how I got that idea.
I don't know, Mr. Lucky Towel.
Want me to talk to him?
No, it's okay. You got enough to do. I'll get the little kids in bed. You get the big kids in the game.
Right. Okay, man. We're lucky enough to have an expert here on algebra. That's Coach Stiles.
Coach.
What?
How long do you think this is going to take?
It's going to take as long as it takes you to learn enough algebra to pass the test.
Good.
Well, in your case, Big Ed, that'd be what, April?
No, that's very funny, loser. Why don't you take the energy it took to think up that stupid little joke and apply it to the algebra?
Coach?
What?
Well, why do we have to do this in the first place? I mean, if Miss Fouch wants us to play, why didn't she just make us eligible?
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't know any algebra.
So?
So, I've seen the way you play football. You should concentrate on algebra.
Why? Nobody ever uses algebra in real life.
I use it every day of my life. I'm the math teacher.
I use it every day of my life, too.
For what?
I don't want to get in a debate with you, all right? Coach, take it.
All right, gentlemen. Remember, nobody ever won a football game by walking across the field. You got to hit hard. You got to hit low. You got to hit fast, and everything will be all right. Remember, a chain's only as strong as its weakest link.
Harmon.
Yeah.
Algebra.
Oh, yeah. All right. Boy, follow along with me. It's in your book. It's page 78. Now, remember, everything's going to be just fine. We're going to take it a step at a time, and it's going to be easy as pie. All right, now, in the example we have here, we have the monomial ax to the nth degree. Big Ed?
What's a monomial?
It's a number, or a variable, or a product of variables. Now, in this particular example, you have a, which can be any number at all, as the coefficient of the variable x to the nth degree. Now, n, as I said, is the degree of the variable, and it can be represented by any positive integer or zero.
Coach.
I know. What's an integer? We'll get to it. Now, in this example, as I was saying, if x were 3, take the cotton out of your ears and put it in your mouth. If x were 3 and n were 3, then you'd have 3 to the third power, which is 3 times 3 times 3. And if a was 5, you'd have 5 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 5 times 27, and that would be 135. Oh, come on now. What part didn't you get? Ed?
Well, I don't get any of it.
Now, before we do the highest common monomial factors of polynomials, or HCFs as we call them in the trade, I'll teach you about polynomial. Now, a polynomial is a monomial or the sum of or difference.
Bobby, you are making me crazy. These boys need a break. Some pie. Get some glucose in their system.
Wouldn't you? Now, half this town is out on your front porch trying to see what's going on in here. Doesn't look like they're making too much progress, which does not surprise me.
Coach Styles is doing the best job he can. He just needs a little more time.
Mm-hmm. And you're probably trying to get it to make sense.
Well, don't you think that'd be a good idea since they have to pass a test on it?
Oh, please, I am so sick of everybody talking about this test. Now, listen, I always did real well in algebra, and I am willing to help. But, first of all, you gotta get their attention.
What the hell's going on?
Oh, please. The really awful thing about algebra is that the harder you try to figure it out, the less sense it makes. Right? Gentlemen, what does this remind you of?
Women?
Women! Right. Girls. Now, can any one of you tell me that you truly do understand the female sex? You?
No.
You?
No.
You? 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 Forget about it. Gentlemen, you do not have to stumble through life like a big bunch of testosterone bombs just waiting to go off. No. You can use algebra to understand women. Now, think of monomials as girls. Yeah. And variables are just different ways to describe them, all right? Now, we're going to work this first one, okay? Now, X equals girl. And, okay, if this N was a 2, well, let's say that would be a girl who was sexy to the second power, or twice as sexy. Right. And A equals Eden and Shay, okay? So, AX to the 10th power would be a very
Sexy girl from Evening Shade.
Mom, can I put my hand on your stomach and feel the baby move?
Oh, honey, the baby's not big enough to feel yet. But when it is, I know it's not going to move as much as you did.
Why? Did I move a lot?
Are you kidding? You did aerobics in there.
Excuse me. The eclipse are coming to my room.
Well, the eclipse isn't coming to your room. Honey, don't you remember I told you Nub was confused about the eclipse? I promise you, you're not going to lose your dinosaur.
I was just making sure.
Well, why do you have to be such a baby about it?
Ollie, everybody's afraid of something. Oh, look, it's just about to happen, see?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, I got an idea. The eclipse won't take your dinosaur away, but maybe if we each say what we're afraid of, maybe the eclipse will take that away, and then we'll have one less thing to be scared of. How about it?
Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
Well, I'm kind of afraid to have a baby. Because in one of the chapters in our science book, it kind of sounded like that movie Alien.
Oh, honey. Well, you don't have to worry about that for a long, long time. But when you're older and you fall in love, you get married and you really want to have a baby, it's not very scary at all.
Okay. Now is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
I'm afraid to be alone.
But Will, you're never really all alone. You know that.
Like in Sunday school, Will.
I know who you're talking about. God.
That's right.
I want someone with skin on them.
Will I do?
Sure, Mom.
Okay.
Tell us what you're afraid of.
Oh, that's easy. I'm afraid of the day you're all going to grow up and move away. because I'm going to miss you so much.
Maybe if you hold on to us, we won't go away. Just like my dinosaur.
Okay, that's a great idea. Oh, I just love you guys so much. I'm going to squeeze you forever. Oh, look, it's starting to happen. Can you see
It's starting to go over a little.
Gosh, isn't that pretty? Wow, look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, look at that little ring.
You know what, Frida? You surprised me in there.
But I think a lady of substance should always have unexpected qualities. Besides, you surprised me too.
I did?
Yeah. There were a lot of real easy ways you could have dealt with all that, but you just stuck to your guns. I like that.
Thank you.
Don't let that kiss go to your head. Boys, let's walk. Good night, Aunt Frida. Ava, darling, don't you let Wood make you clean up that mess. It was his party.
Frida's right. I'll help clean up.
Oh, no, Harlan, it's late. Merlene's probably worried.
Now she's spending the night in Memphis. She wants to go to the zoo in the morning. Wants to see if they'll loan her some penguins for our next party.
For what?
Oh, she thinks it might be classy just have them stand around with the guests. Howdy. Walk this way.
Did you see the eclipse?
Yes.
Well, what are you doing out here? You should be in bed.
I'm keeping Mom from being scared.
I'll take over from you.
You better do a good job.
So how you doing, Coach?
I'm tired. I just hope these kids understand algebra a little better. Even if they fail, I just hope they understand algebra better.
I love that you think so. Oh, what is this? Is this your lucky towel?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how lucky it is for you with football. But I think you can get lucky without it.
All right, I like this enthusiasm. This looks very good. This looks very good. Yes? What'd you get?
I got a B.
Who else got a B?
I got a B, Coach.
Very good, Philpott. Very good. How about some A's? We got some A's?
No.
C's. We got a lot of C's? Got one C. Okay, how about D's? Because we just made it, Luther. Very good, you guys. I didn't see your hand go up again.
Well, you haven't asked for the right letter yet, Coach.
F.
Plus. Now, you said the important thing was to try, and I tried really hard, so I was wondering if you go ahead and talk to Miss Fouch so I can play?
Yeah.
Come on.
I can't do that.
Come on, Coach. It's the Piggott game.
The important thing is that you tried, okay?
Yes, sir.
Coach, Luther will start at right tackle for Big Ed.
You got it.
Oh, no, Coach, no. Look, I mean, I don't think I could ever be as mean as them Piggott boys.
No, it's okay. You can do it. Sometimes we practice against each other. You're pretty hard to handle.
Really?
Yeah, if I'm sick or hurt, I can just barely whoop you.
What?
If I'm not there in half an hour, you start the calisthenics.
You heard the man. Let's go. Come on. Let's hope to hell they're sick or hurt.
B.
A B.
All right. Your telephone privileges are now back.
Well, it was a little easier to understand after last night. Aunt Frida's examples were pretty killer.
Yeah, sort of like something you'd watch on cable TV.
How else are supposed to get teenage boys to pay attention?
Now, what do you know about teenage boys?
Only what Aunt Frida's told me.
Good Lord. I want you to tell Aunt Frida not to speak to you for the rest of your life, okay?
Look, I gotta go catch up with the guys. I'll see you at the game, okay, Dad?
Okay.
See you later, Doc.
Hey, Taylor.
Yeah.
You did good.
Thanks. You did too.
Here's your jacket.
Where's my lucky towel?
I don't know. I haven't seen it since last night.
Was it black?
Yeah.
Looked like a rag? I threw it away.
What?
Oh, no, it's trash day.
It's trash day.
Don't worry about it, boy. We can run out and buy you another lucky towel.
You can't buy a lucky towel. If you could buy a lucky towel, everybody have a lucky towel.
Well, now I know what you're going to do.
I know what we're going to do. We're going out to the dump and we're going to look for it until we find it.
Now, I am a doctor, Woodrow. I've got to take care of these hands. I can't be digging around in garbage with them. Glad I found these gloves. I got to save my hands. I am a surgeon. I'm beginning to smell like sturgeon. Something ran between my legs before. I thought it was a dog. It turned out to be a rat.
Oh, shut up. Will you stop complaining?
I'd rather spend 13 years in a locked room with Herman Styles than spend one more minute in this dump.
Stop growling, will you? It doesn't help.
You boys better have a good reason for going through my refuse resource.
What?
When the city leaves it here, it all becomes mine.
No, we're just looking for a little old black towel somebody threw away by mistake.
It's black?
Yeah, I dyed it black because I used to play for the Steelers, you know.
You played pro football?
Yeah.
I knew a guy that played pro ball. You ever heard of Wood Newton?
As a matter of fact.
Big jerk.
You're right. Why do you say that?
I played high school football against him for Piggott. Only time in 30 years that Evening Shade ever beat us, and it still riles me up just to think about it. Why'd you all want that towel?
What'd you say your name was?
Sam W. Huckabee. Friends call me Sam W.
I played football against you. I'm Wood Newton.
You are?
I remember you. You were a tough boy. I mean, you made a couple of unassisted tackles on me.
Sure did.
Well, I really didn't play that much.
What kept you out of the game?
Bad feet.
Well, your bad feet probably, helped my career.
Well, it saved his career.
Yeah. I used to say, can't run against old Sam W.
That's right, old Wood would say. Can't run against old Sam Huckabee.
Yeah.
Nobody hit as hard as Sam Huckabee. Not even Dick Buckus could rattle my teeth like Sam Huckabee. You probably saved his life every time you hit him. He was right.
I think you're going too far on it.
Who are you, anyway?
Dr. Holland Eldridge.
You know, I've been looking for a doctor ever since I moved here from Piggott. A good family doctor. Now, do you make house calls?
Sometimes.
Well, you know, I still got them bad feet. You like to see them?
I'd love to, but we gotta work on finding that towel right now.
Well, I might be able to help you boys find that towel.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it when I was sorting my recycling.
Where?
Well, I ought to get something if I'm going to help you boys out.
What'd you have in mind?
Well, I wouldn't mind somebody looking at my feet.
I can't do it right here.
Why not?
No feet, no towel.
All right. This is a very expensive procedure.
Oh, it'll be worth it when you see that.
You just jumped up to my proctology rates.
Yes, the Mules played Piggott to a 17-all tie. Though outmanned and outweighed in every position, they played like champions. So they celebrated like champions, too. Now, with so much happening in the world, the football game doesn't seem that important, except it gives us something to hold on to. And we all need that. Whether it's a stuffed dinosaur or a black towel, or simply cheering together for the same team. And so it goes on a cool fall Friday in a place called Evening Shade.
In Evening Shade, we ain't afraid to get a little laid back and let the daylight fade. Life goes slow and it's worth a lot more when you got it made. We got it made in the shade, evening shade.